Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Well, here we are on Wednesday, hump day, and what a hump day of a week it is in the Scream world. My goodness, we've got all kinds of news. We've got Nev backing out or not negotiating to an agreement. We've got Jamie Kennedy coming out. We've got David Arquette. It's a free for all. Dogs and cats are sleeping together. It is absolute insanity in the Scream world right now. And when it comes to insanity, there's a few people on my short list. And one of those individuals that just absolutely glistens and gleams insanity, but in the best kind of way, is my boy from the collective. You know him, Mr. Killjoy Jake. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's up? I'm insane. Let's go. I'm so
totally
excited.
insane.
I'm so excited for this stream, Craven. I've been thinking about it all day.
I have to. I have. Ever
You didn't even know how to respond to that. You're just like, what the heck are you talking about, Jake? I told you, I'm bringing the energy to tonight's stream. It's going to be one of the best. Oh,
I'm pumped, dude.
God, I'm so excited.
I am so excited. You know what? You reminded me a lot of this guy right here, buddy.
Say it! Say it!
That's what I'm talking about. Now, we're not done just yet, though. Oh, no, not just yet. Coming to the party as well tonight to talk some Scream 6 news is my good friend Eric, otherwise known as the Bearded Entertainment. What's happening, man?
What's going on, man? I had to turn my volume down when you came on, Jake, because immediately it was just
That's my goal. That's that's my goal for tonight. Perfect.
had to step away. I was like, okay, let's just turn that down a few notches.
Love it, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. A shot of an injection of adrenaline, man. And what a way to do it. And there's a lot to be excited about, a lot to be anxious about, and maybe a lot to be a little nervous about.
That's what
all
I
at the
say.
same time.
Yeah, it's definitely excitement. Whether or not it's excitement good or excitement bad, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. So, one thing I want to touch on here is before we dive into the whole Nev talk, which has been dominating the news in the community for 2 days, there's something else that was talked about, a couple of things, and I want us to start there. So if you're here for some Nev talk, trust me, we've got opinions, we've got views. All right, we're gonna get there, and we'll see where that goes. And before we get to the Nev talk, I do want to just say hello to everyone in the chat real quick. You guys, amazing. Thank you all for making the time to come tonight and hanging out with us. You're awesome. We appreciate you all. And I always promise to give you a shout out to all of my channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing. So I just want to say thanks to my patrons real quick for you guys to support me over there on Patreon. There's a few of you, and I really appreciate it. And also, if you want to become a channel member and you like what you see tonight, and maybe this is your first time here, smash that join button right next to subscribe after you hit the subscribe button, and you can become a channel member and get some cool perks. It's all there. You can check it out. And for those who have done that, I want to say thank you to all of my channel members. You guys are amazing. No matter what level you're at, guys, in your membership, you're all important to me. And everything you guys do, your monthly support, really does help sustain this channel and helps me to continue to provide you guys with more content, better content, more live streams, more amazing guests, all the things that we like to do here on this channel. So thank you guys sincerely, because without all of you, I'd still be talking to my boys, Eric and Jake. We'd have a good time talking, but we'd probably do it on the phone on a three-way call. We wouldn't be here on a camera, most likely. So we do this for you. Yes. So,
I mean,
all right.
then who would I have to show my beard off to? You gotta
Exactly.
do it on camera.
Dude, that's so true.
Exactly.
Because that needs to be seen. That is a strong visual, man.
That thing is impressive.
I think so. It's getting there. It's not as big as it has been, but it's bigger than it was.
That's more facial hair than I've ever grown in my entire life, dude. So congrats.
Well, thank you.
Oh man. it's good stuff here. And guys, real quick in the chat, I see you guys here. I see Jen and Coop and KL and Stella. And hey, Killjoy Jake's in the chat. Welcome. And
Oh, hey.
hey man, good
Hi.
to see you there. Hey Val, I see you there, and Extron and Zoe. What's up, Zoe? Our good friend Zoe, who was on the live stream this past Monday night. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, it's worth watching, guys. In replay, check it out. Phoenix Rising, I see you there as well. Caleb, nobody's here. I mean, literally nobody is here.
That
welcome.
name is so good.
I love it. It's like it's not like nobody, and then another one that gets me is no one. Their name is no one, and so it's like no one said that, but wait, they did.
You know who my favorite watchers are? No one and nobody. That's who.
Bullet, what's up, Bullet? I see you here. I see a lot of green in the chat. Some Cravenites. Jackie, always a pleasure. And I know there's more here. I see you guys. Polar, what's up, Polar? Oracle, great. Glad you guys are making some time to spend with us. Stu Mocker, of course, you're always welcome. In fact, in honor of Stu Mocker, anytime Jake's on the channel, this is a very special thing. We got to do this, man. So let me get limbered up there. Yep.
Getting all limbered up.
Get limbered up, my friend, because here we go. The Stu dance, ladies and gentlemen. Get it up. Let's do it. Go, baby. Get it
Let's
up.
go. Get it up.
Get it up.
Let's go.
Go.
Yeah.
Stu, baby.
Stu.
Stu's in the house.
And this is perfect, Craven. This is perfect because I do want to announce live on Craven Something Scary, not for the first time, but your boy is officially on the Stu train, happily accepting it. Stu's coming back. He's alive. That TV didn't weigh shit. That's what I got to say.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard him right. Jake is officially on the Stu train. He has come up to the front of the train to enjoy in the VIP of refreshments. And so Jake was in the caboose not long ago, and now he is in the train. This is exciting news, Eric.
Yes.
This is good stuff.
Dude, I'm not even laughing at that. Who is in the chat as Killjoy Jake's unmoist hair?
This is one of Jake's good buddies here, his unmoist hair.
Unmoist. So nice. He hasn't washed me in 400 years. That's how old I am. I'm 400 years old. Yes.
I just looked over and I see someone commenting. Sorry.
Oh,
my hair's actually very moist. I don't think it's very unmoist, but hey, I don't know.
Man, it looks beautiful. All I can tell you is it's very stunning. And Eric, you weren't here the other day. You were traveling when we had about 6 different Killjoy Jakes in the chat. We had his grandpa. We had infant Killjoy. We had toddler. We had teenage Killjoy. They were popping up everywhere. It was crazy.
Oh my god! Yeah, I missed a lot apparently. Yeah, I just looked over and see Killjoy Jake's unmoist hair, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Hey, just real quick, Ghostface Fanatic, see you there, buddy. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Bob? Glad you're here, buddy. Good to see you. And Scoob. What's up, Scoob?
Scoob. Like Zoinks, dude. Glad to see you.
Crystal Fear. What's up, Crystal? Glad you can make it tonight. Awesome.
Man,
all right, and Christopher Watson.
Awesome
so many people.
Like, it's so awesome hearing Matthew do that in person because, like, when you're standing in line, as kids come up, you'll just hear it. You'll hear him start doing it.
Oh, no way.
Like, dude, it just makes you feel like a kid again. Like, you just want to giggle. It's great. You'll see, Jake, when we go, you'll see.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited. You have no idea.
I can't wait. What's up, Denisha? Welcome to see you here. Good to see you. All righty. Okay, guys. So for everyone else in the live chat who's not, or who's watching is not chatting, you're welcome here as well. We appreciate you here. And if it's your first time, then kick back, settle in, and enjoy the show. All right. And Red Reaper, I see you there too. Now, let's get to it. So, guys, Jenna Ortega had this great interview Sunday on the red carpet at the MTV Awards. And the two things, there were actually 3 things that were pretty significant. There was a 4th one that was, I think, less significant. But it still was interesting, especially after what happened on Monday. But she mentioned that in reading some of the script, and notice she didn't say the whole script. I read some of the script a couple, and she said, as I turn the page, it gets more gory and more gory. And then she goes on to say that this version of Ghostface is the most aggressive and violent, are the words she used. Most aggressive and violent that's ever been done before. That's ever been in the history of the franchise. So let's just park there for a minute and kind of go around. So Jake, what were your thoughts? Because I know how much this is music to your ears, right? So tell us,
Yeah.
what'd you think about that, man?
All exciting stuff, honestly. When everything she said was just like, yeah, total music to my ears. That's what I've been saying for a long time. Like, we need to step it up with Ghostface a little bit, make him a little more aggressive, make some of the kills a little gory, or something a little more creative than just some pokes to the chest. You know, I want to see like Ghostface pushing someone down a flagpole or something. And they spin around all the way to the bottom and blood spraying out. Like, just, you know, I'm not asking for much. Okay, I'm not asking for much. I don't think, but yeah, something along those lines would be awesome. I think for Scream, it would be so much more shocking to see from this franchise that has been other kind of tame with its kills. I think so. I hope that's true. I hope she's not just talking it up. You know, I hope this is all true. It's all good info. So let's hope. I hope we see a more aggressive Scream film this time around. I'd be totally down for that.
Yeah, man. And before we get to you, Eric, I think you and I kicked this around a little bit on your channel stream on Monday for a little while when I popped in, but for the record, you already kind of talked about some spewing blood, but what do you want to see? Like how aggressive, as she says, and violent and gory do you want to see in a Scream film, right? Because I mean, in my mind, we want to always keep it. We don't want to turn Scream into Saw 5s and 6 and all these other movies, right?
Yeah, and we were joking about that a little bit. Like I was saying, like I was like, man, we should have Ghostface tie someone up and chop off their fingers. That would be no. That's there is definitely a line to be drawn. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is we've never even come close to that. Like that's not exactly the problem I feel with Scream. Like it actually sometimes feels a little too tame. You know, like even in like some of the movies just feel really like it's okay. This is just stab kills the whole time. That entire last movie was mostly stab kills. So besides one of the coolest ones, Amber's death, which was awesome, but that wasn't from a Ghostface. You know, I want to see Ghostface killing people super creatively. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for in this next one, but not to the point where it's like torture porn. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Eric, how about you, man? What do you want to see, or what do you make of her comments? How gory do you want to see a Scream movie?
So I mean, I'm really hoping for a more aggressive Ghostface. I did eventually, like, the more I thought about it, had some concerns in my head though, because I don't want them to follow the trajectory we've seen for Halloween, where Halloween Kills, the second part of the trilogy, was nothing but the most brutal kills that you could get. I don't want Scream to do that. I don't want Scream 6 to just be like brutal kills for the sake of brutal kills. I am perfectly okay. Like the Olivia kill in 4, I thought it was amazing. Like that was a brutal kill. Like she wasn't just stabbed. Like she was thrown around that room. She was gutted. And we do know that it was kind of like Charlie showing off a little bit. Mm-hmm. But that was a very aggressive Ghostface. I would love more of that. Yeah, definitely. Like you guys said, I don't want to get into the territory where it's they're putting him in elaborate traps like Saw or something like that. But I wouldn't be opposed to like Ghostface maybe, I don't know, getting his knife thrown across the room and just picking up something random to use as a weapon. Like I would totally be cool if like Ghostface was in a struggle with someone, lost his knife or her knife, and just grabbed something nearby and just started bashing someone's skull in. Like that kind of brutality, I'm so okay with, but I want it to be like purposeful, I guess. I want it to serve the story. I don't want, like, I thought Halloween Kills, and I think I've already said this, and I don't want to make that comparison yet, but if it is, it could be that, and I'm hoping it's not. I don't want it to be just kills, brutal kills for the sake of kills with no story progression. That's my only worries with it, but I'm totally down for a much more brutal and aggressive Ghostface.
Yeah, nothing that would be shock for shock value, right? Not just
exactly
like we're just going to do this because we want to make everyone say how gory the movie was and how, that makes sense. I mean, you want to make it, you want to make it make sense in the story, and definitely being more gory is okay if if it makes sense. I guess, and I don't know if that because like you say, if there's certain tools available. Let's say he loses his knife, and there's a nail gun, or there's a hacksaw, or there's, I mean, I don't know. I'm just sounding like
A wood chipper.
a wood chipper.
I mean,
I just had a thought. I just had a thought. There's been like some I wouldn't say conspiracies, but there's been people talking, and something that a lot of people say they want to see is multiple Ghostface, but who aren't working together. They're not really aware of each other in the beginning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what would be fun is if we just see Ghostface attacks get progressively gorier and gorier, but then at the end we find out, like once we do have the the unveiling of these two, we find out that they didn't know each other and they were just trying to one up each other the whole time. That could be an explanation as to why they just get more and more outrageous and gory.
Yeah.
That'd be cool in my opinion.
That would make sense to be, having an insane manic attack or what have you. Yeah, I mean, and I guess it gives us a little hope that maybe there'll be some creative kills, right? More creative type of kills.
That's more. I'm almost not even more looking for gorier kills. I'm looking for more creative kills. Like it's just always stabs. It's always stabs. Or like the coolest thing from like the last two movies, like I was saying, is like Amber's death was awesome. Dewey's death with the guts falling out. Like okay, but still just a stab. Give me like a chainsaw is a bit ridiculous, but something environmental. I love environmental kills. I love creative kills. Something like that. Nothing. I'm not asking for anything super elaborate. Doesn't need to be Evil Dead 2013. Just give me something else that isn't a knife. Yeah, I'm not asking for much. I don't think.
No, heck no, not at all. I mean, and someone's bringing up a good point here. I just saw the comment slip by me about how the TV show, and we talked about this the other day.
Yeah,
the wood chipper.
The wood chipper.
I mean,
yeah, I was just playing off of that a little bit actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a cool kill. We were actually kind of saying like the TV show gets a lot of shit, but like honestly, man, it had some good kills. It was pretty. I think it's actually written pretty well at certain points. It's underrated a little bit. I think I should talk a little too much.
I think so. I think it's very underrated. And the sheriff scene taped to the tree. That was one of the most like sadistic things ever. Because like you think about the mental state she had to be in afterward, like because oh god, that kill was so creative. So creative.
It was.
I gotta rewatch it again. I've only really watched it once, and I skimmed through season 3, honestly. So like, I should give it all just one more watch because man, it was good. It was enjoyable. I just was like, I came off of watching all the movies, and then you go into that, and it's just like you compare it, and it's like, compared to the movies, it's just okay. But yeah, some of those kills were really fucked up, and yeah, I don't talk about that enough, man.
And the opening scene, like the opening scene with Bella Thorne in the first season. In my opinion, that is up there with some of the opening scenes from the movies. Like,
okay.
I would put it above some of the opening scenes from the movies.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's definitely a lot more interesting than like Cotton Weary's death. I'd say. So like, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that Olivia kill and Ghostface Fanatic, I feel the same way too. Hitting on the Olivia kill in 4. I never will forget when I saw that in the theater. And because we were just coming off, a decade earlier of Scream 3, which they had to tone. Wes had his hands tied and had to really reel back the gore and the violence, where it's the least gory. The least amount of blood on any Scream film was 3, and they had to really ease up on it. And I never will forget in the theater, I was sitting there, I'm watching, and when this Olivia kill happens, we get that knife through the hand, which, everyone who loves that with Tara, that's not where it started. That is a direct. In fact, Radio Silence actually said they specifically did that as an homage to Scream 4.
Nice.
The knife, yeah, he actually did. They said in an interview, they did the knife through the hand. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not Scream 3. We're getting brutal. And then the guts on the bed and all that. I said, Wes is freaking back. That's what I said in the theater after that scene. And obviously a lot of time had passed since
Yeah.
Scream 3.
Oh yeah.
So
That's definitely one of the best kills from the entire franchise, I would say. It's so shocking too. Like you kind of
Yeah.
are expecting like a kill to be set up, but you're not expecting it to be that brutal. And yeah, no, it's really well done. I love it. It's great.
And the suspense of it, like when
Yeah.
he finally says, I never said your closet," like
The whole
that
build
was-
up is done really well.
It was
yeah.
it was a perfect setup. Like the suspense leading up to a great payoff. It was just amazing. Like I don't know why people don't rate 4 higher on their list. I've seen some people put it lower, and I'm like, that was a great movie.
Four is my favorite. 4 is my favorite sequel, dude. Like for
it's
sure.
my favorite sequel too. It's
Yeah.
ranked number 2
It's
in
a
the
great
franchise.
It's my third favorite. It's my third favorite.
I wonder why
'cause-
some people like Eric don't rank Scream 4 higher.
Oh, dude, I've seen
Turn it
people
right
like-
around on you.
Yeah, no, I've it's like right in the middle for me. I've seen a lot of people, especially on Reddit, rate it pretty low. Like either bottom or next, and I'm like, the motivation was amazing. The meta element was awesome. The characters were great. We got Kirby. I thought Jill was a fantastic Ghostface.
Yeah.
The brutality of some of the kills, like throwing freaking oh god, what's her name? Oh, Allison.
Allison.
Yeah.
Allison Brie, like when he's like, "You are the message," and throws her off the fucking roof.
Yeah, that's brutal too. That kill
amazing.
doesn't get talked about enough. Oh, you want to talk about it? Yes, that one. Ooh, that one's underrated. I really actually. That's probably my second favorite from Scream 4. Now that I think about it, shit. Yeah, no, it's an underrated flick.
The plan was perfectly laid out because Sydney could have just gone. Sydney could have been gone, but they planted the evidence to like keep her there.
Yeah.
It was so well laid out. Like I love her.
Yep. Yeah, she can't leave town because she's a key witness. Could be a key witness, so she has to stay there. She's trapped, and yeah, it's perfect, man. It was really well done. And the my 3 favorite kills. I mean, you got Olivia, and then Wes brings us Deputy Perkins, knife in the forehead, which is still just a fun kill, man. You know, and it's so fun. And I don't care about the whole thing. Oh, you wouldn't have been strong enough. Don't give me that BS. You know what? This is a movie, okay? It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Have fun with it. Just enjoy it.
It's a scary visual. Fuck. Like, you're going to complain about that? Come on.
I know. I was like, everyone, that one's strong. I'm like, every time I hear it, I'm like, dude, why don't you just, are you that person that just can't have fun? Like, are you that guy who just like, no matter what, well, there's this doesn't have enough sprinkles on the cake, or there's there's always something wrong with like everything. Just enjoy it.
They're the actually people. That's who they are. The actually.
Actually. Yeah.
Exactly, man.
I can't get over the sprinkles. I'm sorry. That's too good.
I mean, seriously, I'm sure they're out there, you know?
I actually don't like sprinkles, so.
So you're that guy. There's too many sprinkles on there. Just
God.
eat the cake, man. Enjoy
Tasteless. Doesn't like sprinkles.
I'll give you a knife. Scrape them off if you want. You know, enjoy it. Eat it. I'm just telling you, man.
Yes, horror talk. That's what this is.
That's what this is right here.
Horror talk with sprinkles.
Horror. Oh,
now
that's going to be the name of my new podcast,
bro. That should be. No. You know, sprinkles. Get the fingers working, man.
Horror talk.
Yeah.
With sprinkles.
Killjoy Sprinkles. What's up? What the fuck?
Oh, something. Sometimes sprinkles go good on sweets, but sometimes, man, if you look real closely, you'll find some things don't always work well together, right? Like sprinkles may not work for everybody, or faces in soup.
An awful face in my soup.
I mean, that's horrible.
What?
Yeah.
Just some things you don't want to see. So.
You cannot just drop that on me right now,
Yeah,
bro. What the fuck? What is that?
Like, what is this?
I got a few tasty. Hey, I got a few tasty clips for this month. I like to try to swap clips in and out. So for June, I've got a few lined up here. Yeah, you want to see it again? Let's see it again.
An awful face in my soup.
I'm sorry.
I don't
That's
know.
fantastic.
I don't know what the dubbing was on that, but like her voice just sounds so pained.
It's like Debbie Downer, you know. It's like, oh, there's a face in my soup. Wah, wah, you know, like, oh my god, that's
and then
great.
you've got her crying, and then you got her poor mom.
What are you doing? Are you crazy?
That's a horror show at that dinner table,
Yeah. Oh,
bro.
jeez.
That's funny. Dustin Kimball. That was my reaction when Ned was confirmed not in Scream 6. I know, man. Totally understand.
I'm still holding out just like a 0.5% of like hope that is all a misdirect for her to actually set up a small cameo.
I know. Me too, man.
I hope. I really hope that's the case. I made a whole big point in my video from today was like talking about that. And I was like, man, I just feel like, why would she use that reason if it was just like if she was just trying to set up a cameo? You know, you could have easily said like, oh, you know, I got scheduling, I'm doing stuff, and I'm not even going to be close to Canada this summer. You could have, you could have accomplished the same thing without starting all this drama. So that's kind of why I'm like, that's probably not going to be the case, and it sucks. It's heartbreaking. Like, it's damn.
It really, and she is going to be close to Canada. She's going to be in Jersey like 2 days after filming is supposed to wrap. Although now that we've pushed production back by 3 days, maybe the end of filming is going to be pushed back as well. So in that case, like, she's still scheduled to be at Monster Mania the 12th, I believe, and they're supposed to finish filming on the 10th.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
All I'm saying is, in how many interviews did we hear Andrew Garfield and Kevin Feige say, no, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield aren't, spoiler alerts, everyone, aren't in Spider-Man Home or Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, how many times did they say that? And then what happened? We got to the movie. So there's a small, I'm holding out a little bit of hope. It's not much, like I said, 0.5%, but I am really hoping that she's going to be at least a cameo.
Yep, I know. I am too. I'm holding out. I'm a little bit concerned though if they start filming and we don't hear any news. I'm going to be a little bit nervous that they've gone on another direction.
Well, I think we wouldn't hear anything. That's the thing. If they did do it, I think they would do it and keep it so far under wraps, just to, because the whole point would be to be surprised when we got there. So if that's the case, I don't believe we're going to hear anything.
That would be really exciting. Think about how exciting that would be too. After like hearing this like a year ago and then like going into it in like March and it's just like, oh my God, like no way. Like she's at the end of the movie or something. That would be really exciting. Especially if that didn't get out, if that didn't get spoiled, that would just be such a really cool thing to happen.
Yeah.
I think it would be great if that's the case. And that's, like I said, just 0.5% of hope.
Yes.
Just to keep it alive in my head, because I said this on like my impromptu live the other day, but when the way I read her statement didn't read like she's just going to sit this movie out. It read like she was fully saying goodbye to the character and to the franchise.
Yeah.
She's like, thanks everybody for 25 years. It's been fun. It's like goodbye.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want this. Like, and people have been saying they're okay with moving on from Sydney's story. And as much as I didn't want that, I would be okay with them moving on from Sydney if it was the right way. I don't think them, having a script that includes Sydney and then not being able to get her because of financial issues and then just writing her out is a good way to move on from Sydney. That's awful.
Yep. I agree. That kind of taints it. But you know what? Jason Dyer says, I'm going to untaint things with a $5 super chat. Jason, thank you, my man.
Yeah.
Being a slow day in news horror, a slow news day in horror, let's talk Friday the 13th. Who should direct and which studio? You know what? For you, Jason, because you're such a supporter of the channel, and for your amazing super chat, We'll touch on this before we get back to Scream Talk. And okay, guys, what do you guys think? Jake, we'll start with you and go down and come around and I'll finish up with my ideas.
Hell yeah. Of the big like established directors, I would say Mike Flanagan would probably be my choice for Friday the 13th. I think he would bring something really cool to it. Like I just love what he did with like Doctor Sleep and like Hush. I'm trying to think what other like Oculus also is really good. If you've ever seen that, I don't think he does not miss with his movies.
Didn't he also do wasn't he also the Midnight Mass and King of Hill House? Okay.
Yeah. All he does.
I had the right person. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love what he brings to all those like he can just do so many different genres and so many more like experimental films like Doctor Sleep and like Gerald's Game. I just love what he brings to like the Stephen King stuff and his own original work. So I think he would kill it with Friday the 13th. But with people who I think deserve to make an actual Friday the 13th film, Vincent DiSanti all day every day. Like he's the guy behind like the Womp Stomp movies. And he just kills it. He's amazing. I would love to see him actually in charge of like one of the real Friday the 13th films. I think that would be sweet.
Yeah. Eric, how about you, man? Do you have any standouts?
Kind of, but I don't think y'all are gonna like it. I want to see a Rob Zombie. I want to see a Rob Zombie Friday the 13th.
I like it. No, honestly, I feel like he could kill it.
I might actually watch that.
See, like, I think he fits Friday the 13th so much more, like, better than he fit Halloween.
100%. Yes.
Friday the 13th is more about, like, the brutality, just the kills. I mean, the story is pretty much always the same. It's always laid out. So there would be no problem with him just doing the same thing, which was an issue for him in Halloween. And it's more suspense-based and driven by that. So I think his style would do a lot better with Friday the 13th. And if you took, and y'all are going to hate this, but if you took Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and removed that like Michael Myers aspect and just made that Jason Voorhees, like that kind of brutality,
I think you have a point, dude. No, honestly, you have a point because I feel like with Jason, it's not as much backstory focus, but when you're doing a remake of Halloween, you have to talk a little bit about like how it all happened, how he got to the sanitarium, how he breaks out. Like there's a lot. It's a slow burn, that original movie. So you kind of had to do a little bit of that. And it just felt like he didn't know what to do with the backstory. It goes on for way too long at the very beginning of the film. I think you're 100% right. I think if you had a movie where it was just focused on the kills, the brutality, an easy setup with camp counselors, same old, but with like modern day like looks, the effects look amazing. I think he would kill it. Honestly, I that actually 100%. I think he would be a great choice.
Yeah, I'll throw a name out for you. A little bit maybe on the less mainstream beaten path, but is Ari Aster.
Ooh,
gonna go out a little
one
bit.
Of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, could be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of vibe it would have. You know,
there's a cult.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be a cult in this one for sure. It would be interesting. I mean, I think I'd just be curious to kind of see someone take that on. You know, another name just because of X and VHS, Ty West.
I was thinking Ty West in the beginning. I was like, ooh, I could, but I don't. And the reason is I want Ty West to make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he would probably kill Friday the 13th too. Like he would totally do a really good one. But yeah, no, if man, a new Texas Chainsaw from him would just be fantastic. He would actually do that franchise justice too. You know, opposed to some of the other installments.
Yeah. So. Well, we got a few other suggestions here that came in.
Ooh.
First of all, before we do that, real quick, Jason Dyer, man, for your $5 super chat. You know, I saw Zoe earlier was asking for a Bobo bounce, and because Jason, you know what? Let's do a Bobo bounce for your super chat. We'll throw a couple of Bobos for you, man. Jason, this is for you and your super chat, and all super chats tonight are going to get a Bobo bounce or some other very interesting off the beaten path clips that I have in store for you for every super chat. So, Jason, this is for you, man. Enjoy, my friend.
I'm going to make your bubba bounce right now.
I'll make your bubba bounce. I'll make your bubba bounce. Let's go.
God.
I feel like I need to talk to a human resources person after watching that. Like I need to go shower after watching that.
Oh, dang. Jason, thanks for your super chat, man. We got a few suggestions that have popped in. Let's see what we got here. We got Marcus. I want to say hi to you, Marcus. I shot him 6 times. Welcome to the stream, man. Zoe. Speaking of Zoe, Chris Stuckman
Ooh.
for Friday the 13th.
Is that the guy from the review channel?
Yeah. He's directing a movie. He just got a movie he just got like a shit ton of money to make some movie.
Oh yeah, I saw
So,
he has like
yeah.
the highest. It was like the highest Kickstarter ever
Yeah.
for like a horror.
Yeah, he like broke a record, dude. It's crazy. Like I'm super happy for him, man. I've been watching him for years. So
Oh yeah, I watched some of his videos. I don't know if I would really want to
Hand him
to
that.
do a Friday. I like him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, and he might be a great director. But there's nothing that I've seen of his that
Yeah.
would make me trust him with the property I love as much. Like I have Jason on my wrist. Like I wouldn't want to give that over to him without seeing several things that he's done. So I'm gonna pass on that one. But I mean, if he did it right, he would be a superstar in his career from then on.
Yep. Well, here's a name that KL is suggesting that I think would also be a good possibility. A little Fede Alvarez.
oh shit.
mean-
Okay.
Well, you mentioned the 2013
Yeah.
Evil Dead. Why not bring
Yeah.
it back?
Yep.
I really enjoyed that Evil Dead, by the way.
It's one of my favorite horror movies. Honestly, the more I watch it, yeah. I mean, it doesn't get old. That's my thing about it. It does not get old.
Dude, and like I don't know why, but one of the parts of that movie that has just kind of haunted me ever since then is when she's sitting on the bottom bunk of that bunk bed, like trying to explain what's going on, and like the fear in her face, and like it has haunted me ever since I watched that, and it just never goes away. Like such a wonderful performance. The whole movie was put together like amazingly.
When the one girl's sitting in the shower or whatever, and she's just like sawing off her face, dude, that's still. I have nightmares about that to this day. It still upsets me.
The only thing that gets me more than that, and I'm going to try to be a little bit coy because I don't know. Steven, did you see Hereditary?
I did see Hereditary. Yes.
Okay.
That's one I saw.
The piano wire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That one, like, that one and the girl. Those two get
Just
me
that's like they're just going super fast.
and
God,
then
it's like
she's so but then at the beginning, she's so robotic. It's just like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
It like it's like it's revving up the engine or something. It's like I don't know. It's something. There's something horrifying about watching
it
it.
gives me chills. Anyways, I can see Fede Alvarez doing it, doing Friday Justice.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so messed up. I'll never forget that attic scene. All I gotta say is the attic. You know,
all the naked people, bro. Oh my god, it's so fucked up.
What the heck,
I
bro?
love it. I love it. So fucked up.
Dude, Dylan's in the house saying Sam Raimi for Friday the 13th.
I don't know how. I saw there was a later comment that you'll probably get to, but they said Sam Raimi for Nightmare on Elm Street, and I kind of agree with that more. Yeah.
His style's a little more fantastical. He would try to implement stuff into like Jason's lore. I feel like I'm not saying he's a bad director or nothing. Sam Raimi's one of my all time favorites, dude. But his style I just feel like would fit more with like Nightmare, instead of Friday. But what's up, C man?
What's up, C man? What's happening, Chris? Good to see you, man. Always nice to see you here. And of course, if we're talking about Nightmare, I'm all for James Wan. I'm on the James Wan wagon 100% for Nightmare. I would be giddy if they announced that.
I couldn't agree more. Him and Lee Winnell writing, man. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Dude,
It would be a Nightmare movie I wouldn't be afraid to watch. Actually, like cringing there whenever I'm going to see some horrible trash Wes Craven movie. I can actually see one that I'm comfortable and like it's going to be done well. You know?
Dude, they did. I don't think it was James Wan, but Lee Winnell with the new Invisible Man.
Yeah,
Dude, that was such a good updating of that character.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites from 2020. That blew my mind. I couldn't believe how impressed I was by that. Yeah, he's amazing. Well, honestly, one thing. I'm sorry. We'll move on to whatever you got next. But Upgrade is one of the most underrated horror films of all time.
Dude,
Oh my God.
I think people look at it more as like an action movie because that's originally what I thought of it. But like, it's definitely got the horror elements to it, and it is so
Which movie? What movie?
Lee Winnell, another film he directed in like 2018, I think. It's called Upgrade. Dude, it's one of the most.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list to watch, dude. I've got it literally on my watch list right now.
In my opinion, the most underrated film from the 2010s. It's a 10 out of 10. I think the twist is amazing. I did not see it coming at all. I don't know. It's just a fantastic film. It's fucking awesome. It's not just a good horror film too, like you were saying, Bearded. It's like a really good sci-fi plot. I don't know. Yeah. It's one of those, like, I cannot believe this is not considered a horror classic. Like, it's fantastic.
Wow.
I don't
like
know.
it very easily could fit in action. It could fit in sci-fi. It could fit in horror. Like, it has elements from all of them.
It's funny. Like, it's got some funny moments. I don't know. It's awesome. It's just a great mix.
It really is. It's such a good movie. And like, I kind of watched it out of nowhere because I'm just like, oh, what's this? And I turn it on and the visuals are amazing. Like the colors.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it is just out of this world.
It looks like
to watch
Blade
it
Runner kind of too, if you've ever seen that. Like, it's got like that kind of feel. I love it. I don't know. Sorry. You get me started on that one, dude. I can talk all day. Oh, jeez.
Bro, well, I need to watch it like maybe tomorrow or the next day. I need to make time to watch that. I mean, it's been on my list forever. So, okay. And real quick, before we get back to Scream, I shot him 6 times. Marcus says, how about Eli Roth for Friday the 13th? Oh, man, that's going to be a very gory Friday the 13th. Whoa.
Yeah, he's part of the Splat Pack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yep. It could work. You know, it would definitely, but I don't know.
I think he's underrated. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. Like I was about to say, like if you like those type of movies, and I 100% understand that it's not for everyone, but if you like those type of movies, he's really good at them. Because I haven't seen any of his movies, and I just didn't like, honestly. But I knew what I was going in to watch. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Knowing what kind of movie you're going in to see.
It's like, yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste, like especially like Cabin Fever. Like I watched that movie and I immediately after watching it, I'm just like, that I fucking loved that. But I guarantee you, there's a group that just hates that kind of movie, where because it's like really silly at points. It's super dark at other points. It doesn't work for everybody. But I loved it. I really liked the extremes that he can range with his directorial style.
Did you see Green Inferno?
Yes, another like same thing, bro. It's super silly at points. Like the guy when they get the munchies, that's so funny. But then it's also super dark. Yeah, I love it though. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Swish is asking, what have I missed? Well, we've kind of been bouncing around as we tend to do. We go with the flow. We touched a little bit on how gory, or how Jenna says that this is a much more violent and aggressive. I always want to make sure I get her words. Version of Ghostface, and that the script gets more gory and more gory. Another direct quote from her as well. So let's see here. That's interesting. Real quick, I just had to throw this in there. What's up? I like scary. Good to see you here. Jordan Peele for People Under the Stairs. I mean, I could see that working. I just I don't know. I did a watch party last month for all the Cravenites. Everyone is a channel member. I do watch parties each month for just them. No one else is invited. And we watched People Under the Stairs last month. And the discussion we had afterwards was, does this movie need to be remade? And the group consensus was that we said no. We felt that after seeing it again, the message is powerful. But Wes was such a brilliant writer that he can work in the commentary he wanted to say in a very nice way. Now Jordan Peele does that as well. My only concern is, first of all, I don't know that we should remake the movie. That's what I guess my point is. I'm not a fan of remaking it at all. Like, no matter who's directing it, I just think that movie is one of those. Now Wes, interestingly enough, the year that he passed away, he already had been contracted to write or do a new version of that movie. He was going to actually do it himself.
Oh
And
wow, okay.
that was going to be like his next movie. He was going to do a People Under the Stairs remake of his own film. Well, I would love to see how he updated his own story he wrote originally. So,
I
but
think there was actually an announcement like a year ago that Jordan Peele is doing it.
has it? I have not heard that. Okay.
Yeah, I think, and it might have been like lost in pre-production hell, but I think there was actually an announcement because when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, wasn't he? I don't know if it was supposed to be a remake or like a sequel, but
Ah, okay.
There was some announcement about a year ago about Jordan Peele doing People Under the Stairs.
Wow. We'll see. I'll have to look into that, man. That's interesting. Hello, Silvestri. Welcome to the stream.
There's also rumors that Candyman 2 might be happening. It's just rumors right now, but I guess there's been some rumblings of that possibly happening. So there's some cool side Jordan Peele projects could possibly coming up.
Well, he signed a 3-picture deal with his current company, and Nope is picture 1.
Yeah,
he's
with Universal, yeah.
Yeah, with Universal. He's got 2 more movies to direct.
Which is you want to talk about music to my ears, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm very excited for Nope. I can't wait for that one.
Same here. In fact, I'm doing a video tomorrow with a Nope update. As much as I swore off doing Nope videos, Jake, you remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
But my last one I did that started off so horrible. I'm like, nobody's watching this. Thing's like over almost 6,000, I think, views now. So I'm like, you know what? It picked up. It picked up momentum. So I decided to do one tomorrow. So a Nope video coming from me here on the channel tomorrow.
I just looked it up really quick, and he's not. Jordan Peele is producing it, and this came out. This was announced right before Candyman came out last year.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's producing, and it is a remake of People Under the Stairs.
It's a remake.
Oh, cool.
Oh man.
Cool.
So
well, it can be maybe. I don't know, man.
I feel like Jordan Peele, with as big of a rock star that he is, because like as of right now, everything he touches turns to gold. I don't think he would put because he's not just producing it, like it's his production company that's doing it. So I don't think he would go out there. I don't think he'd put his name on it unless he was confident in it. So it'll probably be good.
I'll definitely go in open-minded, like, and with high expectations. I'd feel better maybe if he wrote it or directed it himself, like hands-on, not just producing it. But we'll see. We'll see who he gets to direct it. I mean, who writes it. But I'll give it a chance, certainly. But I'm just, that's a very high standard in my book. So it's going to be, we'll see. It's going to have to land, my boys. It's going to have to land.
Yeah.
Anthony with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Yo, fellas, in your opinion, what franchise deserves the most love and intrigue in the next couple of years? Ooh, that's a great question.
It's a tie for me.
Okay, Eric, you start us off, and then Jake, you'll go next.
Okay, so never mind. It's not really a tie. It's very, very, very close. I'm going to say Nightmare because it was a tie between Nightmare and Friday the 13th. Obviously, because Friday's so tied up in legal issues. Yeah. The reason I'll say Nightmare is because the last movie in each franchise wasn't incredibly long ago. And I thought the remake in 2009 of Friday was good. I loved it. Some people didn't care for it. I loved it. I did enjoy the Nightmare remake that came out most recently, but I understand and recognize that it wasn't a good movie. So because of that, I'll say Nightmare, because the most recent entry we got was not, as much as I enjoy it, I know that it was not a good service to the franchise. And like I said, I've already explained the reason I like it, and like it's not necessarily the movie; it's the memory surrounding the actual situation that I got to see it. So
yeah, right.
So I'll say Nightmare just because the most recent entry we got was not one. It was 10 years ago at this point, maybe
12 years.
It was like 2012, I think, maybe 11,
2010, I think,
10.
because it was the
2010.
Friday the 13th came out in 2009, I think, immediately afterwards. Yeah, that came out.
It was 20. It was 10. Yep.
Okay. So 12 years ago, it's been 12 years since we got the most recent
Yeah.
entry, and it wasn't a great entry.
Right.
So I think that deserves some love. I'll put Nightmare up there because of that. Because every other
Okay.
major franchise has either had something recently, or the most recent thing we've had was a suitable entry.
Yeah, I
That's
couldn't
good.
agree more with that. I mean, oh my God, Nightmare by a landslide for me. I'd also that one because there's really no plans to make a new film. I don't understand. I like with all these other horror. We have Candyman making a new movie. We have like everyone, even like Texas Chainsaw just got a new one. All these like smaller franchises are getting bigger movies now. It's a surprise we haven't gotten anything for Nightmare on Elm Street, especially because love it or hate it. 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street made a shit ton of money. So I don't know. To me, there's no reasons not to do a new one. So that or Insidious, but there is plans to make a fifth one at this point. But that's just my personal preference. And gentlemen, unfortunately, it is that time of the night where I'm going to have to peace out. But
All
I
right.
hope you guys have a killer stream. And I hope you have a great answer to this question, Craven.
Well, I appreciate it. You take care, Jake. Thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you.
Of course. Yeah. Always a good time. So have me on anytime. I love it. I love coming here and
Yeah.
talking. So
We'll do it
good
soon.
stuff.
Promise you.
Hell yeah, man. All right. We'll talk soon. Peace out, everybody.
See you, man. Nice. So I guess for me, I would say it's hard not to say Nightmare on Elm Street as well. I mean, I hate to be like, not. I will say this. One, I'll say Nightmare, but I'm going to throw out a name that's going to be a little controversial, and it's Scream. Oh, yeah, Scream. Yep. It deserves love and intrigue because I think that we are on a really, really ice-laden hill right now, and we're going to see what happens when all this stuff shakes out, obviously. But and then the biggest thing that has and the reason and Nightmare I'm not really going to talk about because you guys covered it. I'm 100% with you on the Nightmare, and that's really my main answer. But this is kind of a part B, just because with the mentality and the mood. Now, some of this mood, well, we'll see what happens. It's either going to it's going to ease up over time as they start filming. Once we start getting, not a trailer necessarily, but like behind the scenes footage or still shots, people will start getting excited about it, and it'll start growing. However, right now we're on a slippery slope that either the sun will come out tomorrow and melt it all away, or we're going to go into this movie in next March with a lot of icy patches that people are unhappy about or are nervous about. I really think, and here's the other thing too. No matter how good this movie is, and this is the part that's disappointing about it all with Nev, is if they really are trying to negotiate now, and we don't know, we're fingers crossed. If that's happening and they still don't get her though, if she doesn't come back, then we all know the cat's out of the bag that the movie we see in March was not their first choice. We are seeing a second backup film. It's not the primary A film because their original movie they had made for us included her, and they had
And
her.
that's what I said in my live the other day, and that's why.
Yeah.
And like I said, the whole thing. If you watched the live, I'm just going to be repeating it here, but everyone's asking like, "Oh, are you okay with a film without Sydney? Do you think it's still Scream without Sydney?" I'm like, that's not the question you should be asking, because we know the Scream they wanted to give us, the Scream 6, had Sydney in it. If it didn't, she wouldn't have got an offer. She wouldn't even have got the script. So we know, and you're not going to be able to ignore that. I mean, you can try, but you're going to, once you get done with the movie, even if you enjoyed it, even if it was like a 9 or a 10 out of 10, you're going to have to ask yourself, what was the original plan? Because there was an original plan. So it's not that they just wrote Sydney out. They didn't.
Right.
They couldn't do what they wanted. So so essentially we're getting another Scream 3.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're basically starting to get studio interference by not bringing in the people that the writers and the creative team wanted. And so, so we're going to have now an alternate version of Scream 6. And no matter how good it is, we're gonna always know. Wow, you know what? It might have even been better. As good as this was, it could have been better than this, dude. Even and we'll never know the story. I mean, maybe years from now, somebody will like the Scream 3 got leaked out eventually. Maybe that we'll find out, but no time soon. And it's just disappointing because we're going to always know that, and there's no way that can be undone. If they don't get her back, there's no way to put the cat back in the bag and for us not to know, like behind closed doors. If we didn't know this was happening publicly, then studios marketing their PR people could have simply said, we didn't have a story for Sydney in this movie, and we would have never known that wasn't the plan. But see, now we do know. Nev has gone public, starting with my good friend Master Chaos TV at the convention last weekend, and Jason Dyer, who was also there, who was in the chat earlier, said he was hearing the buzz all over the convention floor. She was letting it out, and the next day, what happens? She goes to the press, and here we go, a deadline and bloody disgusting and everything. And so on the day they start shooting, and then all of a sudden they announce they've moved the shooting delayed, and this is not the way. Eric, you want to start your sophomore film as you've got your gear, all your crew, all the gear in Montreal just sitting there somewhere. They're paying someone and to store all this stuff. They're paying crew members that are there probably from union contracts that are sitting in hotel rooms right now because they're waiting to start. And so they're burning money every single day.
I looked into McGill. It's between $5,000 and $12,000 a day to be there.
And that's just
that's
one
where they're
thing.
shooting. That's just the location, and that's not even. And you have to supply your own like security. You have to supply your own gear for that, just to use the the location. So
Right.
if they already set up, which I assume if they were supposed to start shooting on the 6th, they're not setting everything up on the 6th. They would have already had it set up. So if they move back 3 days, at best, that's $15,000. That's just sitting there on location, if that's where they're shooting. As we said, as I brought up, we don't actually know that's where they're shooting. It's highly suspected.
Highly suspected.
It's really likely, but we don't know for sure.
But it doesn't matter though, because no matter where they're going to film at, this rule still applies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's still in place.
Paying something.
Yeah, and not to mention, crew that that have flown there from California to run the all of the cameras, the lighting, the mic, all the sound. I mean, there are multiple people that have to be there on site to do all this, and it's a significant expense. So every day they're delayed. If they're holding everyone in Montreal right now, if that's what they're doing, and I would think for 3 days you wouldn't just send them home. I mean, yes, you could. Again, you could. It comes down to economics, but whichever's cheaper, I guess. But the point is they're burning through money, and so something caused them to delay the start. We don't know if it's Nev or not, but it is awful coincidental how this comes out in public on Monday, and then they make the announcement Monday afternoon or whatever. It comes out that they're not starting to film yet. And my good friend Chris from Discover Montreal, who's going to be my eyes on the ground in Montreal the next 2 months. I know, Eric, you're going to help me out with some of that too.
Yeah, I'm going up there
on location. Yeah, he let me know that Mason Gooding and Jasmine were both seen on Saturday already in Montreal. So they were, they're there intending to start filming. So something caused this delay. All right. Speaking of my good friend Chris in Montreal, here we go. Let's see. I know. Speaking of the devil, that's so funny. You just popped in right when I said his name. First of all, before I'm gonna hang on just a second, I'm gonna get to you in just a second. Anthony, for your $5 super chat, man, thank you so much. And I'm going to let's see here. Why don't we do something like you know what? I got this last night from Dino. You guys see on the Night Watch Zone. I'm gonna share with you guys tonight. This is for you, Anthony.
Don't let go.
So I had a real quick question about because I see someone over in the chat talking about it, and I think let's see who was it? They were talking about the talking about everything being delayed, and they said they thought it was delayed until July 19th. That's not correct. It was only delayed by 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
Yeah, it went from June 6th to June 9th. So according to that new schedule, they should start tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. That's why I was like, today's in my mind, if there was negotiating happening, if that was it, this was like the last day to get it locked in before they actually start rolling. And
I see. I don't. Here's the thing. If they had, if she was only a cameo, then there's still hope.
True.
Because they if she's only a cameo, they're only going to need a day to film her scene, and they've got another 2.5 months lined up. If she was a bigger part of the story, and according to Jamie Kennedy, she had a hearty part.
Right.
So if that's the case, then it might be something where they have to go with they completely write her out, in which case they won't have time to put her back in.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, which is kind of what I'm going with, is that based on Jamie Kennedy, because I know him and Nev see each other like all the time. I mean, they're friends. They're at the conventions together. They have lunch together. He said they have dinner together. If what he says is true, and I tend to believe him. I do. If he says that she's got a hearty part in Scream 6, then once they start filming, it's too late. They have to film who they have locked in, and that's going to be this alternate plan B option. Real quick, Chris at Dover Discover Montreal. I just was mentioning him, and this popped up at the same exact time. He says, I sent you an email. Thank you. With pics of a rumored street they'll be filming. Also, Mason Gooding posted a tweet today of him in the makeup chair having his tattoos erased. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for the heads up. That is awesome. I will check my email and definitely, and I'll check also his tweet too, and maybe grab those images for a video to do tomorrow. Appreciate you, man. I'm excited to have you on the channel. Maybe at the end of the month, once this thing actually starts filming for a couple of weeks, and I want to bring you on and let us know what you're seeing around Montreal, and you may even see Eric.
Yeah, I was going to ask, man. Hey, if you're up there, I'm going to be up there in about 3 weeks. And I mean, I'd love to. If you want to hang out or something, just get together, have some lunch, talk about what's going on. And if you're allowed, Craven, if he's okay with you sharing that information with me, like the rumored streets, that's the whole reason I'm going up there, by the way. I'm just going up to see if I can scout out filming. My plan was to go to that production office, the Blackmore that building.
Yes.
My plan was to go there, kind of just park and see if I see anyone coming in and out of that building, and then just kind of see where they go.
Yeah.
And just kind of stroll around McGill. From what I understand, it's a big place, but there are some places that are more popular for filming. So yeah, I mean, if you wanna get together, have some lunch while I'm up there, man, just let me know. I'd love to hang out, and I mean, if not, that's fine too.
Yeah. Hey, that sounds great. There you go.
Hey, Jack Stannis. Hey, buddy. Sorry,
What's up, Jack?
I just saw Jack jump in. Hey, buddy. Missed you.
What's up? I know, man. We did. Good to see you here, man. Hey, what's up, Nick? Welcome, Nick. Late to the party. That's all right. You're here, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters, my friend. What's up, Jay? Another Cravenite popping in. And Jay, I don't know how long you've been here, but okay, good. You just showed up. Good. Good to see you. All right. And awesome, man. Keep in touch. Very good. Yeah, and also, man, I will check your email. Thank you for that. I'll respond back to your email and maybe see if we can get something on the calendar for the end of the month for you to come on and let's talk about it. And then also, Eric is going to be also keeping an eye out for me as well. So maybe, who knows? Maybe I can get both you guys on one stream, and we can call it, the Montreal Report. And you guys can,
I've got like my biggest lens and my camera all loaded up and ready to go because like I want to be trying to sit like a ways away so that they don't really scout me and just snapping some pictures of everyone I see walking around.
Love that. And you got your drone.
I don't know if I'll be able to fly it there. I actually had an issue because I went up to help out Jack for his movie, and I was doing some drone shots, and he wanted to do some of the university where he was doing some of the filming. But with my drone and the brand of drones I have, they're geo-fenced, so it uses a map to plot where it takes off because if something happens, there's signal interference, it automatically flies back to that place on the map. But because it does that, if there's like a no-fly zone, it won't let you take off. So that university I went to with Jake, I couldn't actually fly it there.
Bummer.
We went to a different place and got some shots, but it's highly probable that I won't be able to fly it around McGill. Now, it's possible that I could get far enough away from McGill that I can take off, in which case I just go straight up and try to look and see what I can. I'll be far away, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, you can't hurt but trying. And also, maybe you'll be there when you kind of follow around because they're going to have big trucks going where they film and stuff and laying down dolly tracks. And so you might find other locations away from school that does not have the restriction. You may be gold. So my goal is to just get into the background of a scene. Like I want to be. I can't be like get a speaking part of the movie because I looked into that and like I don't have a work visa for Canada, so like there's no way they could actually hire me to be in the movie. If I could do it for free, like, and I would do it for free. Like I'm just like, hey, I just want to be like here. Get that IMDb credit, Scream 6.
Here's the thing, even if I'm in a background of a scene, it's going to be on IMDb. Trust me. It'll just say uncredited, but it'll be there.
Yeah, man, it will be exactly. Oh yeah, and a lot of times you see uncredited on there on people. You know what's not uncredited though? Jay Charisma bringing in a $10 super chat. Jay, thank you, man. That's so generous of you. They said Nev was supposed to have a bigger role in this movie, correct? I wouldn't be surprised. The entire cast, including Courtney Cox and Red Silence on strike for Sid. So that is the rumor that we've heard from Jamie Kennedy, Jay. Jamie has said that. He's publicly said it on his YouTube channel and podcast that she was supposed to have had a larger part. He's real careful and guarded on what he says, and he's like, I have news, but it's not my story to tell. So he knows, because he does mention how, I'm at these conventions with Nev. We have dinner together. They're constantly talking to one another a lot on the road. And so he really seems, if you listen to his podcast, or it's like a 30-minute video on his channel on YouTube. You can pretty much tell that he knows more than he's.
There was another one today.
Oh, I haven't seen today's yet.
Yeah, he uploaded another one today.
Oh, okay. Did he add any more light to this? Because I know yesterday he said
I haven't watched the new one yet.
Oh, me either.
So I don't know. Yeah, like I do know that he uploaded a new one today. So I'm gonna check it out later too.
Yeah, me too. Well, Jay, all I can tell you for sure is that I don't know for sure, other than Jamie Kennedy alluding to the fact that she had I think a larger part in this movie. So the impression to me was that they had more for her to do in this than in 5. They were actually increasing her role. It seems like, not reducing it. So there's one side that says this rumor about her having a cameo, and now we're hearing the opposite, that she actually had a beefier role. So we don't know for sure, and I imagine it'll be a while before we ever find out. It'll be probably way after the movies come out and down the road. It'll eventually come out somewhere. It'll leak out. I wouldn't be surprised if they're on strike for Sid. I mean, I wouldn't be. Here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Radio Silence and maybe Guy and James went to the business executives and said, hey, listen, please give one more shot to make this work. We have this amazing script that we all believe in, and that we've actually cast other actors to come, who may be thinking that Nev's going to be in this movie. We have got a story to tell that's going to make this studio a lot of money. If we don't have Nev, we can still make you a good movie, but it's not the movie that we want to give you as the creative team. Would you please try?
And I don't think it's going to make as much money.
I don't either. I think there's going to have to be a Nev hit on the box office.
Oh, there is 100% going to be a hit on the box office for not having Nev. Because people are still going to watch it. It's going to get as many viewers, but there are going to be people who just say, I'll wait for streaming.
Yeah, I'll wait for it to be. Yeah, I'll wait for it to rent it. I don't want to go to a theater and see it. And it's. I mean, that number. I have a number. I think, and again, this is all my own opinion right at this point. I think that there is a large enough group of the OG Legacy fans, the new fans that just found out about Scream last year. You don't have to worry about, or this year, I guess. You don't have to worry about them. But I'm talking about the legacy, like the OG Legacy fans, like myself, for example, someone who was there in 1997 in January, and I watched Scream 96 in a theater. I mean, I was there. I'm dating myself, but I was there. I saw them all in the theaters, every one of them. That has been my franchise for 25 years. So I can identify with those in the group that I'm in the age bracket that I'm in that have been there for all of them. I can tell you this, that not all by any means, but there's a significant amount that tell me, and they are still telling me every day, they're messaging me, we're talking, that no Sid, no Scream. That's what they're telling me. They're no Scream, no Sid, no Scream 6. I want nothing to do with this movie. Now, I don't think that's the majority, so don't misunderstand me. I still think, Eric, this movie will make over $100 million. My question, though, is this. They did 140 last year, or for Scream 5. I think there's a $10 to $30 million window of hit that they're going to take for not having Nev. That's my own number, I feel. So if this movie comes in at 110 to 115, that's going to be a failure. It's going to be a success in terms of they still did over 100 million, but I guarantee you no one in that studio is going to be happy with going backwards. They're going to want to go upwards, continue higher, not lower.
And I guarantee if they try to go to her, they try to go to Nev, after 6 doesn't perform as well as they want, her price is going to have gone up.
Yeah, you better believe it.
It's going to be like, oh, you now you want to pay me what I wanted because your movie didn't do as well. And it would have done as well had she been in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is exactly right. And then you have to ask the question is whether or not she returns, if she takes the bank and takes it, or if she says, if she turns it down on principle. And I think that depends on how badly the bridge is if the bridge is burned or not.
That's what I was saying with the way she said that, gave that statement. It felt like a complete disconnect.
Yes, it did. Jay, thank you. Okay.
Something that's been in the back of my mind ever since then, and it's really, really frightening me, is say they did have plans to bring Stu back. No Sydney?
Okay.
If there's no Sydney, you think they're still going to do that? It would make
Yes.
it would. I mean, they might 100%, but it's going to be. What's the connection going to be?
All right. So, great question, and I'm so glad you asked because I recently did a video, and I know you probably hadn't even seen it, Eric, because as much you've been out traveling. There's a video on my channel over a week ago now. It's called Sid. It's called Stu's Motives, and I came up with 3 specific motives, and they're 3 R's. It's like I think it's reputation, or no, I think it's respect, reconnect, and revenge. Just 3 R's. And the motive for Sydney for Stu to come back because of Sydney is the 3rd ranked motive. I have it lower. I have it last place. I have 2 motives that I think are higher. And I think the way that the story has been written, there's 2 things going for Stu in my mind right now. Number 1, because the way they've written this story with Sam being Billy's daughter. As long as Sam is alive in the franchise, there is a plausible and I think sufficient motive that makes sense, and it won't feel very forced. I don't think it'll feel forced at all, actually.
But I also don't think it'll feel powerful.
Well, now that's a different question, though. All right, so that you're right. Now it may lose something if Sydney's not there to take Stu down, and that's true. But I don't think it loses its likelihood of him still coming. I think it will just change how we feel about it.
No, I honestly, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think it changes the likelihood because everyone who sees, every one of the OG people who've seen the Screams, who really like it, what's one thing you want to see with Stu coming back? You want to see a face-off with Sydney. You know, we all know, at least I personally, I know when Stu comes back, he's going to come back and die. For real.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't come back to die from Sydney, this is the first time I think I've ever said this. I don't want him to come back.
Oh, bummer. See, I do. I'm opposite on this. I want him back because here's the thing, man. Stu's motive was never about Sydney. That was Billy's motive. If it had been the opposite, where if this was reversed, and let's say Stu got double tapped, and we have Billy with just flip the people. I would say 100%. I might actually say I'm on board, but the reason I'm not is because Stu was not out to get Sydney. He even looked surprised about it whenever Billy revealed the motive in the kitchen. He was like, "Whoa!" See, Stu was killing because he liked it, and he was doing it with his best friend. So I think because his motive never was Sydney, why is it all of a sudden now Sydney? Because it never was. Now, I think that's something that's substantial to the argument because it was never the root of his killing. Where Billy, it was Maureen, and then it was now Sydney, and his passion was to kill her, but not Stu's. So Stu never had that hang up like Billy did with Sydney. It was just collateral damage. So
but him coming back doesn't have an impact on anyone else.
Well, Gail's still involved. Don't forget, Gail was there that night. That's unfinished business.
Yeah,
so
but
you still have her connected to Stu.
Gail didn't really have a connection with him other than that one night. Sydney had a personal in-depth, and he even said it like when he was attacking her. I always had a thing for you, Sid.
Like, he had a crush on her. Sure.
So like there was a connection, and him, and like I said, I can't believe I've never said this in my life, but if that's the case, without Sydney, I think it would be wasteful to bring Stu back because the impact that would happen on screen, no one else is going to have the same thing. Hell, they barely knew who he was.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to care. They're not even going to recognize him. Like it's going to be flat. That's how it's going to come across, honestly. It's going to be flat because no one's going to imagine the surprise that we would see when Sidney Prescott sees this person that she instantly recognizes that's Stu Macher. I thought you've been dead for 20 years, 25 years. That's gone.
We would have it from Gail. Gail would be able to give us some of that.
If she interacts with him at all, that's the thing. We don't know that she would. So,
well, no, but we can't assume she won't either, right? It's all hypothetical. So I'm just saying, if you're writing it, you're going to write it where Gail does interact with them. If you're James and Guy and you don't have Sydney, you got to have an OG face off against them. Gail has to be there. If you don't write that, then they're just not very smart writers. I'm sorry.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd have to do that, right?
It still doesn't have the same thing, though.
It won't be. I would miss it. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Trust me, I would miss it. I would say, darn it. The only thing that would have made this better is if Sydney had been. I would say that, but I will also say that the motive, I believe, with Sydney's involvement, with Sam's, too many S's, with Sam's involvement and the connection with Billy is I think his chief reason to come back. His reason, because again, his motive never was Sam. Yeah, I mean Sydney. He was attracted to her. Okay, that's fine, but that was never his chief reason. I think when he finds it, what his chief reason was killing with his best friend, and now his best friend's dead, and that's the closest person he's been to in his life. Let's say, arguably. So, what does he want to do? He finds out now, 25 years later, he didn't know until now, which also answers the reason why he waited this long, because he just realized he's got a daughter. That there's a Loomis, there's a direct descendant of his best friend who he loved is alive out there, and so and it's the second R in my video. He wants to reconnect with Loomis. He wants the connection back, and he can't get it with Billy because he's gone. So what he's going to do is he wants to reestablish that same feeling that he had with Billy now through his daughter, and he hopes that I don't even think he's trying to kill Sam. I think he wants to feel that feeling again that he hasn't felt in 25 years, and he's going to go after Sam to try to recruit her to give into that dark side that she's already given into once, and try to manipulate her into this. Is my theory of how it could be written, how I would write it.
And in terms of motive, that's great. I'm not talking about motive. I'm talking about how it would feel to have him in the movie. Like, yeah, cool, that works. That motive works for me. But honestly, it's him coming back, even if he's got a good motive, is flat without that interaction, without getting, because if he does come back and die, which we all believe he will.
Yeah, I think so.
Guess what you've lost? Any possibility ever to see a scene between Sydney and Stu.
Yeah, true.
So you've lost that. Completely gone. So why
that's the sacrifice of it.
Do you think Radio Silence is going to do that? Do you think that as big of fans as they are going to waste that opportunity, or are they just going to not write Stu into this movie?
Well, two answers. I think that this Nev not being in 6 does not necessarily mean she can't be in 7.
Oh,
I think we need to remember that this is not, I know it seems really final, but it not necessarily is. So there's a chance. There's still an opportunity. However, there's another side of me, Eric, that says because Sydney is now gone, if they don't get her back, they know the hit they're taking right now. It's melting down, all over the place. I almost think that it could increase the chances of bringing Stu back because they're bringing in Kirby, obviously, because they're going to soften this blow for Nev being out. Okay, so let's give the fans someone they love. They all clamor for Kirby. So this is going to help us distract them that Nev isn't here. What's another way you can help? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not this movie. Maybe it's 7. Here's the thing. If Nev's never coming back, then and I'm Radio Silence, and I am, and allegedly they are supposed to be these big fans of the franchise. I believe them. And if Nev has come out to them in negotiations and said, "Don't ever contact me. I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm washing my hands of this career, of this role. Thank you to my fans, but as far as the business side, whatever." And then Radio Silence says, "Look, either we bring Stu back or we don't. But if we're going to wait on Sydney, it may never ever happen. So this may be our last chance to actually bring him back one more time. Give the fans that one more time to Stu." That's the question that we don't know how they'll answer. I don't know. Me personally, even though I'm like, what? Ideally, I would have Sydney here for this showdown, but I can't control that. She won't come back. And so I have to decide, do I still want to do this or not? As me, craving something scary, I do it. I absolutely do it. And I know that we're going to miss it. It's going to always be a man that was awesome, but imagine if it had been. But there's going to be enough satisfaction, I would think, and I would hope anyway, in seeing him. And if they write it really well with Sam, it could be a fulfilling story. So that's where I cash out on that. And I mean, like I say,
I guess I'm just on the opposite side. I don't think it'd be fulfilling. And if I was a betting man, I'd say Radio Silence doesn't do it. I'd say
they may not.
Because bringing back Stu without having Sydney there, like I said, even if it's a good motive, you're immediately missing one of the best parts about bringing Stu back, in my opinion, and that's the reaction to him coming back.
Sure.
And these new characters, they're not going to have that reaction. Kirby Kirby isn't going to have that reaction. Like,
Gail will have the reaction. Don't so we can't forget about Gail. She's not going to be Sydney. Obviously, we know that. But
yeah, I mean,
she was there though, man. She was there that night. She was a part of it, and she thinks I guarantee you, she will be shocked. Well, we're at least going to have someone in the movie that will have that response that we want to see. It may not be from the person we want per se. Obviously, we all want it to be Sydney, but it'll at least just fulfill a little bit of that urge or that taste that we have, or hunger for that. Again, I'm not going to say you're going to love it. I'm not saying I would even love
it's
it as
kind of
much as I
like
could.
you're going out and you want to get like your favorite, you love Coke and they offer you Pepsi. Like,
Right.
no.
It's close, it's similar, but it's different. It's a lot different.
Yeah, honestly, to me, like I said, I really don't believe they will. I believe it really impacts the chance of them bringing him back, because if they do bring him back and he dies, and then we find out later that Nev could have been in the next one, well, guess what? You've completely missed your opportunity.
Yeah. Well, and for the record too, Eric, I have been saying for quite a while that I want Stu really back in 7. And I would say if he shows up in 6, great, is what I've been saying. Personally, I want him in 7. I've said this multiple occasions because I want to see the closeout of the trilogy with him, not the middle of the trilogy. So I would love it for him to be in 7 anyway. So for me, I feel like if my scenario comes through, we never know how these things are going to work. I still hold out hope, number one, that Nev will sign on for 7, just as we've been talking about. Whether or not she's in 6 or not, or if we don't get the cameo. And, here's another thing. You could have a cameo to Nev at the end of 6 by simply having Gail dial a phone number and it says Sydney on the ID. And the movie ends and it goes to credits. You don't even have to. You could still do your cliffhanger. And then if you can't get Sydney back in 7, then that phone call just simply starts off where it went to voicemail. And that was it. She never talked to her. So I would see, that's what I'm thinking, man. Let's set this thing up. If Nev won't come back, let's hope that over the next year, or I guess 2 years, or at least the next year and a half, they can negotiate something with her to repair this damage for 7. And let's bring Stu in, because I want him in 7. I thought 6 was a little bit jumping the gun anyway, personally.
I wanted a cameo from him in 6.
Like, let us know he's there, is what you were wanting.
If there's a cliffhanger, I want the cliffhanger to be Stu.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, I've never said it before in my life, but if they don't bring back Sydney, I don't want Stu back. I think
fair enough.
That's an incredible missed opportunity. All the emotion to bringing him back, I think, is gone, because he's going to have to explain who he is to the new characters. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know, man.
They don't even know who he is. Like, Dewey had to tell them who he is. Like, he's literally going to have to explain who he is.
Well, they know now who he is. After the last movie, they all know. But
do they really? Like, all they know.
I mean, they know what he did. They know what he did.
Exactly. So it's like he could be. I don't know, like something. In my opinion, he's just tied to Sydney.
But I mean, it all depends, man. I can't. I mean, we're going to move on. We've been on this for a long time, but basically, it all comes down to what I always say. It all comes down to writing and execution. And because, you could have him where he's interacting with Sam, and she doesn't even know it's Stu, and she thinks this is somebody completely different, and he's starting to do his working and his grooming. He's trying to get close to her, and then there could come a point in the movie where this realization hits, and somehow either someone shows a picture, I don't know. You can write it a bunch of ways. Somewhere like in the middle of the point of the movie, or at the right before the third act. All this time we've seen him interacting with her, away from Gail, away from people that would know him. And to your point, the new people who've never seen him, they don't know him, so that actually works for that plot. And then she finds out rather, as we get to the end, that, oh my gosh, this has been a manipulation from the beginning. This is Stu Macher, and it's him because he's wanting to get close to her. So he's not going to come at her as evil. He's going to be a jovial, charismatic manipulator. And so if you do that, then you get that moment where the audience and the new audience will get that moment, because even if they don't know a lot about the past, hopefully the five got them looking at the old movies. But if they didn't, they would still feel for Sam. Like if you watch a show now, you see your lead character who's gets manipulated by someone who you totally, don't know is bad. You get that oh my gosh moment, right? So you could do that, and then it really is about Sam. It's focused on her, and then Gail would be there to have that that moment where she's back to seeing him after 25 years. Again, is it going to be like Sydney? I'm not arguing that. No, I 100% agree. That's not you've nailed that, dude. I just say from my point of view, and we'll see it differently, and that's all right. That's what I love about it. So for me, though, personally, guys, here's where I'm going to leave it at, and we're going to get on to some more topics. I ain't looked at the chat in like 15 minutes. For me, the stew train rolls, baby. And in fact, I've had people telling me, like messaging me every day, Eric, seriously, on Instagram. And just today, I heard from someone, and they were asking me the same thing. They were like, "What do we think about the stew train?" And they were asking. So I have this discussion like with a lot of different people, and I'm telling everyone, look, there is sufficient motive for him to return. This did not destroy the motive. If this motive was only tied into Sydney, it would be, I would say, then there's no way he's going to come back in this movie. Thankfully, I'm just thankful that Radio Silence and James and Guy wrote Sam as Billy's daughter, because that saved the day for me. Just for me, they saved the day, because now I don't need Sydney to be able to plausibly make a case for him to come back. I'm going to lose some thunder in the clouds, but I might still get some lightning.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I mean, one of the things you said, you don't know how they would do it, and that's the thing. We don't know if that's why they did it. Their intent from the whole time could have been for Sydney being his motive.
They'd have to change it now. That's what I'm saying, though. They had to, you have to fly.
Either they change it or they take him out too. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that this doesn't affect Stu in some way.
In some way, all right, I can agree with you on that. At the very least, it can impact his return. Some of the oomph will be gone, and that I'm 100% with you on. So that would impact it in that way. I think you can still, like I said, I laid out earlier how I would write it. So I would, you could definitely rewrite it right now and take Sydney out and say, okay, we got to get Sam in, and here we go. We work it this way. It can be done. It depends how committed they are to him coming back, right?
Here's a question. Here's a question for it. A little example. They use the Star Wars requels as examples of bad requels in Scream 5, right? What is one of the biggest things that people say was done wrong with Star Wars requels?
Oh gosh, dude. I mean, I don't know what you're angling for. Are you talking about Palpatine?
No, the fact that we never got a scene with Luke, Leia, and Han.
Oh, they've already ruined that. They didn't have Dewey, Gale, and Sydney together.
They didn't, but they made fun. They purposely referenced those movies as bad requels in their movie. So, with that being said, do you think they would take a chance and do the exact same thing that movie did by not having Stu and Sydney in the same room?
They've already done it, Eric. They did it in 5. I mean, you're asking me would they repeat the same mistake? Why not? If they're literally making fun of what they did. They're saying that this requel stuff where they're all together. What do? They do that. They kill Dewey and they never have him with Sydney. And so they've done it one time already.
There was a purpose to that, in my opinion, though. Like, killing Dewey was the only way to get Sydney back.
Dude, first of all, I think there's other ways to do it, but I'll go with you for now. I'll say, okay, that doesn't mean you can't find a way to get them on screen for 20 seconds together. Even there has to be some way that could have been done. They didn't. They made a choice to not have the three of them together, and I don't really forgive them for that. I think that was a horrible mistake, and that's what Star Wars did, and that's your point is right.
Exactly.
We hate that about Star Wars, and they did it themselves. So,
and I think if they did that with Stu and Stu without Sydney, I think that's honestly, in my opinion, that's worse, because
We had
Is it worse though? I mean,
Yeah,
this
we've
is the
had
OG three.
We've
Man,
had
they've been
4 movies with those three all together.
yeah,
It stands to reason that they would have grown apart. They would not necessarily grown apart emotionally, but live in different areas. That stands to
yeah,
reason. But this Stu purposely coming back, there's I don't see it, man. It doesn't.
yeah. All
It
right,
wouldn't pass to me.
That's
It
fair.
just so like
We'll
I'm still on the Stu train, 100%. But
oh yeah, 100%.
there are now two things that would take me off it.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough, my man. We'll cash out there. I hope you guys enjoyed our dialogue. That was fun. I loved it. Eric and I are on a similar path, but we're going to take two different exits, and I love that. I still am like, let's go. I want Stu back. I don't need Sydney. I would love it if Sydney was there for Stu. However, I don't necessarily need that for me to feel satisfied. Maybe I won't feel as satisfied, but I'll feel satisfied. Eric says he won't feel satisfied. And so I'm sure a lot of you in the chat tonight, there's over 70 of you amazing people here. And I bet you that, yeah, I know. And I bet you of these 70 people, there are people that are identifying with both of us tonight. There are people in both. And that's what I absolutely love. And, Eric and I agree on a lot of things. And when we get to certain points where we see it a little different, it's always a fun conversation. And it just really does, because it pushes you to think about it from all the sides. Look at every angle, right? Look at every angle. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Jay, thank you again for your amazing super chat. It's been up on the screen for like 20 minutes now. I appreciate you, man. And let's do a Bobo for you, man. Here we go. This is for you, Jay, and your super chat.
Gonna make your butt bombs bounce. Here I'm come.
Yeah, all right. I love that, man. All right, guys. I am so behind on the chat. I know my moderators, I'm sure you guys have been doing a good job because I have not looked at the chat in forever. So, Nick, hopefully, Nick, you enjoyed our discussion. You put that in like at 10:50. Oh my gosh, Eric. It's been like 30 minutes or more. I love it.
I mean, it's a good topic. It's something that like there's a lot of fallout that can come from Nev not being in the movie.
Oh yeah, man. There's a
that's-
lot.
and who we don't know. Like you could be right. That Nev not being in the movie could have zero impact on that, but it's just something else we can speculate on.
Yeah, of
And
course.
it's still they can make a great movie without Sydney and Stu.
Yeah, it could still be a good movie, but we got to remember, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I just want to remember that it's not going to be the movie we were supposed to see. And that part there, no matter how much I enjoy it, and I really hope it's great, I really that will never stop getting that itch out of the back of my head, man. It's like I'm going to always know this was plan B. That's all.
Oh yeah. That's something I brought up on my live, that impromptu live. It's never, we're not gonna get what we were supposed to get. It's not that they wrote Sydney out and they wrote a story without her and it just kind of moved on. No, they wrote something with her and then had to adjust it to be without her, and that's just
That's a shame. Yeah,
it's not great.
Yep. No, I agree. And again, I agree. I want to make sure I'm real clear. I am 100%, not to rehash the conversation, but I just want to make sure you guys understand. I 100% am on board with the idea that it will not have the same impact. I don't deny it. It will not be the same because we all want Sydney to see him. I still think, though, for me, I will still enjoy it. It just, just because it's less impacted, I'll still have a good time with it. But, who knows?
The question has got to be, and sorry, I don't want to go, do you think it's worth it to lose the chance? Because we both agree that he's probably going to die.
Yeah. I guess the question for me is it worth it? If it basically is this or nothing ever again, I want it. Yes, let's go. Because if the alternative is, we'll never get Stu back. And I'm not saying that is, but I'm just saying if that was, if those are the odds, then I would say I will take what I can get. Let's go. Let's make the very best movie we can make with him versus not having versus never seeing him back again. Yeah.
See, I don't. It feels like what you just said there. Make the best movie you can with him. Feels like you're trying to squeeze him in versus having a good story that just includes him.
Well, I think I've already said I think the good story to include him. I've already given it to me.
Okay.
In my mind, it's a good story. I think the whole Sam thing is a good story. I don't think that's forced at all. I mean, now if here's what would be forced if Sam wasn't Billy's daughter. Oh, dude, it would be, not to say it couldn't be done because I do believe it still, but that would be really pushing on the line of forcing it. Because there'd be no real reason. What would be his motive for coming back? Because you could say to kill Gail, that's something, but with Sam, you have genuine motive, plausible motive. That's the reason why I'm hanging on to it. But
I think one of the things I want, and it might be a little bit of a reason why I don't want Stu without Sydney, is that I don't want this to be Stu coming back. I want this to be Stu revealing that he's been there all along.
Well, that's different. I don't know. I'm okay with him coming back. Without having him involved.
That's fine too. But I want it to be. I want something where we see like I've been there. I was never gone. Like you saw. You support the theory that was him in part 2, right? At the party.
Oh, at the party, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so right there, why would he?
Well, I don't know if that was Stu though. Was that Stu or Matthew? That's the problem.
I was about to say, if you support the fact that that's Stu, then you got to admit now that there's another connection to Sydney because that's the only reason he would have been there.
Yeah, I don't think that was Stu, man. I think it was Matthew Lillard.
All right.
Yeah. Just because the girl he was dating Nev. He just happened to be there.
Oh yeah, he's
like,
talked
hey,
about
jump on in. Yeah,
he's talked about that a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that was him, but I'm hoping that it was like he's been there for a while. Maybe not the whole time, but he's been there, for a while. Like if he's been doing the dreaded thing. There's your connection. There's your connection right there. Maybe it had nothing to do with Sam or with Sydney. But
right.
So
if it's the cult of Stu, he's got the dreaded thread, and yeah, which I still think that's what I hope they would connect him back to 5.
I think it's a good solution. It's a good way to bring him back. But like I said,
just be missing that last little little bit of shine on it. It would. Yeah, I get it, man.
It would forever be like you said. Even if this is a great movie coming up, that it's not going to be the movie you were supposed to get.
Yep.
If this happens without Sydney, I'm going to know it's not the movie we're supposed to get, and I'm going to know 100% it is not as good as it could have been. And as filmmakers, as artists, as creators, I honestly don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll come out with a movie that they know is not as good as it could be. I don't think they'll make it.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, if they don't get Nev, they're not going to have any choice but to do an alternate plan B
or not bring him back. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like they always have the option to not bring him back, and they've said in interviews, as much as I don't like to acknowledge it, they've openly said in interviews that he's dead. So
they have to. They have to.
100%. But here's the thing: what if they don't bring Stu back? Nothing changes.
Yeah, if they don't bring him back, they don't bring him back. At the end of the day, all we can do as fans is say, "Here's what we want. Here's what we hope to see, and here's why." And that's it. None of us are in the writing room. And as far as them saying, if they ever said Stu was alive, I would be disappointed. I need them to say he's dead because that's the only way that it's going to be a surprise. It's the only way we're going to. They have to. They absolutely have to say that. So if they say he's dead, let's go. Keep it on.
I want them to say he's alive for one reason.
I don't.
The only reason, I do know it would spoil any surprises, but I want them to say it just so I can go to Reddit and just watch all those Stu haters cry because I know all they're gonna do. Oh, I'm never watching these movies again. They just ruined the franchise.
Emotional damage.
That's exactly what it would be, and I want to see it so bad because they are the most uppity, holier than thou, you're wrong type of people, and I want to see that happen. I want to get a clip, and I know what I would want them to say is that Stumacher is not dead. We're not saying you're going to see him in any other movies.
Yep.
But we're saying he's alive. If they said that, I would just, my heart would cry with joy. And I would go to Reddit and I would post that video every 10 minutes. And just,
Heck yeah, man.
And just watch the fallout from those people.
Absolutely.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I want it to
fun.
happen. Yeah.
That's awesome. What's up, Jay? Bringing in a $5 super chat. Thank you, my man. Let's not forget, personally, I want to see Kirby and Sydney together again since the Jill massacre. Yeah, I mean, that would have been an amazing thing to see. If Nev had come back, we could have seen that in 6. I would love to see it too, Jay. I don't know. Unfortunately, depending on what they do with Kirby, I think now, like I mentioned the other day, now that Nev is out, Kirby, I feel very good now she's not going to be the opening kill. They're going to have to keep her in this movie, at least to the 3rd act. But I know it would have been nice to see Jill and Kirby embrace and since that night, when they were together and all. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get that unless something changes really quickly.
I think we'll get a Kirby Gale scene.
Yes, for sure. Same.
And I think it might be something where Gale is interviewing Kirby on TV or something.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I think that's what we'll get because we know Kirby had a relationship with Dewey because we saw on Dewey's phone that he had called Kirby before.
Mm-hmm.
So we know they had a relationship. Maybe even we see them bonding over talking about Dewey, telling stories or something. So I think we're going to get a Kirby Gale scene. It would have been nice for a Kirby Sydney scene because we already know that relationship as the audience. We already know it's there. Whereas with Gale, we'd have to have some sort of exposition saying, this is how they met, this is what's going on, this is their relationship. But and I think that's I'm not going back to it, but I think that's another reason Stu with Sydney makes sense because you don't have to give exposition. It's there. We already know that's already set up. Whereas without it, a lot of exposition. But anyways, I think we'll see Kirby and Gale together, which will be nice. I'm still hoping for that opening scene to include that call to Gale live on air.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
And could you imagine the entire world hearing the opening kill? They just imagining the horrors that are going on?
Oh man, dude, it would be.
What are you doing? Are you crazy?
It'd be terrible.
It's a bigger scale. You instantly we have the stab movies, but there's some people who go. I don't know about you, but these days, if I go see a movie that says based on true events,
oh yeah,
I take it with a big grain of salt, huge grain of salt. So it's so there are people who probably know, they go and see the stab, it was based on a true story, but who knows what really happened. This brings the entire country in, or not the entire country, but anyone watching that particular. But you know what's going to happen? It's going to blow up. It's going to go viral on YouTube. It's going to get shared around. That Reddit thread probably going to go crazy. Just saying. So
yeah, man, you're right. You're right. I mean, I can't deny that.
It
Jay,
wildfire.
Hey man, thank you, Jay, for your super chat, my friend. Appreciate your support of the channel. And that would be something I would love to see as well. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm just kind of catch up on the chat. I'm a little bit behind. This is just a general question. I think it's fair to ask. by Jackie. Has your excitement level for Scream 6 been impacted by all this Nev news? Look, I'm going to say for myself, and then Eric, you can get your thoughts. But absolutely, it has. Of course, I don't see how it couldn't really, because and I'm not going to keep saying this over and over. I said it a lot tonight. Eric and I both have, but I'm going to harp on it only because it's the brutal truth. Is that how can I get excited for a B version of a movie? Like, I mean, I can still get excited to see it, sure, of course. And I don't mean it that way. Let me back up. I can still get excited to see the movie, but I'm going to never be able to be as excited as I was knowing that I'm going to be able to see the version they meant for us to see, and that had Sydney in it, and they had written this potentially great story with her involved. And it's like all the other Scream films. I love them. I love all those Wes Craven movies. They're my favorites. But Wes was always dealing with this kind of stuff where he had to rewrite. He had to change stories. He had to do all these things mostly for studio interference. This is not that. This is them interfering because they're not negotiating a deal. And according to Jamie Kennedy's yesterday's video, he knows the actual people that are blocking this deal in the studio. And he says it's and like I said, it's not Radio Silence, it's not the creative team. They have nothing to do with this. So please don't be going on Twitter and blasting Radio Silence and James and Guy. These guys have zero to do with budget. They direct the film, they write the film. The people that make these decisions are these executives, these business execs who have the control of the money. And so Jamie Kennedy reminded us of that in his video. And he didn't name names, but he said, I actually know the people that are causing this disruption. They're not giving Nev what she deserves for this movie. And so knowing all of that, I will still be excited to see, of course, what they've written and come up with. But I'll always know, Jackie, it was not what we were meant to see. Therefore, my excitement will always be a little tempered. How about you, Eric?
Really quick, just before I get into my answer, I just want to piggyback on what you said. Yeah, we don't blame Radio Silence at all.
Yeah.
Or the writers. We know they wanted her in it. They wrote a script that had her in it, so it's definitely not their fault. We know that they're on board with having Sydney. So just wanted to piggyback and say that, like, if you ever had doubts that it was James or Guy or Radio Silence, just think about the fact that they wrote a movie with her in it. So obviously it's not them. If they didn't want her in it, they wouldn't have put her in the script. So, but to get to the actual question, yeah, my excitement level has gone down. As I think most people's have. Even if you wanted a story without Sydney, you got to recognize that this isn't that situation. And I am still excited. I'm not gonna. It's not like I'm gonna be one of those people who waits for it to come out on video. I'm not. I'm seeing it in theaters because if it doesn't make money, then they won't make another one, and I want them to make another one.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely gonna see it in theaters. I'm definitely still excited. It's a Scream movie. I want another Scream movie, so I will see it. I am still excited for it, but this has really lowered my excitement level, and this could be a good thing, it's also lowered my expectations.
Right? That's true.
I'm going in with the knowledge this isn't gonna be what it was supposed to be. They had to salvage this, for lack of a better word. Yep. So that could be great, because then I could then it could exceed my expectations because they're lowered.
Yep, that's a good point. Hey, Jack with a $2 super chat. Thank you, man. Is it true they postponed filming to July? No, it is going to be slated to start tomorrow, in just a matter of hours, likely, on the 9th. Yeah, that was a rumor that was going around, but it's not correct. Thank you, man. Thank you for your super chat, Jack. As always, I appreciate you, buddy. Let's see here. Let me keep moving down here and make sure I'm getting caught up in the chat and we can keep going. Don't want to make sure I didn't want to miss any super chats that may have come in because I had it on a whole different screen. Dr. Aaron, hey Graven, good to see you, man. Are they still filming tomorrow? Or the delay until further? I heard some. Yeah. So nope. Great question. It is still scheduled for tomorrow, the 9th. Yep. Unless we get some type of a notice in the morning that it's been delayed. As of right now, that's all we know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything else. I did a quick Google probably about 20 minutes ago, just checking in on it. And the last notice that was made was that it was delayed till the 9th.
Yep. There you go. Hey, what's up, Carrie? I see Carrie Crave Cinema's in the house. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Glad you can make it tonight. Here's a great question from Mark. What's up, Mark? Thank you for your super chat, man. Do you think Roger's coming back? That's a really great question. I hope so.
He better.
He's certainly better. Exactly.
If we lose Nev Campbell and Roger Jackson, oh no.
That's too much. We can't do that. You can't do that. No.
There are very few things that would make me walk out of a theater while seeing a Scream movie. There are very few. And here's the thing, I would give it a shot if Roger wasn't there. But when I hear Ghostface, if it's not Ghostface, there are people who can imitate Roger L. Jackson. I know that.
Yeah.
If they don't get someone good, I'm walking out. I hear Ghostface and it's not Ghostface. And we don't have Sydney and we don't have Ghostface. You've lost me. You have lost me.
Yeah, they certainly better bring him back. I've heard nothing that indicates he's not coming back, and I've heard nothing at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was just about to say.
They've locked it down, Eric. They're not, except for the ones they've released. The core four: Hayden, Mulroney. Let me think. Am I missing anybody? And Gail. Yeah, and Courtney. That's all we have publicly confirmed. So
what if we're getting we're getting like a Quentin Tarantino Hateful Eight or Reservoir Dogs style Scream movie where it's literally just them in a room trying to figure out what's going on and people slowly start dying.
Oh dang, man. That's man. Well, I guess as long as it's Roger L. Jackson on the phone, I guess I can
exactly
be okay.
But yeah, I very seriously doubt it. But I'm just
right.
You gotta have. So here's the thing. We know that's not the case.
Yeah.
You and I both know it's not the case because I looked into the company that is actually casting extras for the movie.
Yes.
So we know we may not see, we may not have other main stars, but we do know there's extras needed for the movie.
That's true. There are extras needed. That's right. Real quick, I just want to say good night to Carrie. Carrie says she's got to get an early morning shift, so I understand. Thank you, Carrie, for stopping in. It's always great to see you when you can make it in. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Hope you have an awesome Thursday. And Mark, for your awesome $2 super chat, my friend, thank you. And Eric, what should we do, man? Should we do some Bobo? Should we do some Ed Harris? Some Sam Kinison? Or some other stuff? What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, what would make you be there? Would you be there for those?
You know what?
I don't think we've been there. We haven't been there.
We haven't been there yet, man.
Even if this movie doesn't have Nev Campbell in it, you know what? I'll be there.
I'll be there too. Let's go. Oh yes.
I was just thinking, I was like, we haven't done that yet.
We haven't, man. 2 hours. We just hit 2 hours now live streaming, and we just got to I'll Be There. So I hope you guys were singing it. And for those of you who may be here new tonight and are like, what did I just see? Well, stick around.
You'll get used to it.
You'll get used to it. Yeah, trust me. Keep coming back to the live streams over here on the channel. I do one about every 2 days, and you'll get accustomed to it. We have fun. We like to have a good time, Eric. We know we do, right? We like to have fun. We like to play clips, just the whole 9 yards. What's up, Michael? Welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. Love it. All right, let's see where we at here. All right. Ghostface Fanatic says it's going good. Just enjoying the stream. So much fun to see these streams. Well, thank you, Ghostface Fanatic. Man, you are awesome and such a supporter of this channel and of me and the channel. And I appreciate you, man. And I hope you always remember how much you mean to me here at the channel and your support means, man. And your faithfulness is fantastic. And all you guys, I mean, Marcus, Bob, I mean, don't get me started on names. I could literally just keep going for quite some time. You know, Eric, like Bearded, you know, when he's not here on the panel as a guest, he's in the chat, he's watching. And a lot of times he doesn't chat a whole lot, but I know he's listening.
I keep y'all on in the background, and I'm like, I'm actively talking. Like I have a problem. I want to be part of the discussion every time. Like it's a problem.
That's awesome, man. I love it. I'll remember that next time I don't see you in the chat. I'm like, Eric's probably dialoguing with us right now, at this very minute. That's great.
It's more than likely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you take care, Carrie. And from Pluto, in case I didn't say hi to you earlier, hello. Great to see you, Pluto. Always great to see you. I'm so glad that you've been able to make a lot of these live streams lately. It's been great. And Brett James Bishop as well. Oh, Brett. Oh, Brett. You know, Brett helped supplied me with these clips that I'm able to use here he sent me this out of the blue. I'm like, what in the heck? So normally I save these for super chats, but you know what, Brett? Because you sent me the clip, my man, this one is for you, buddy.
An awful face in my soup.
So good.
It's the voice is what's getting me, like the awful voice.
I know. Oh, that's so
awful
good.
Face in my soup.
I'll be there. That's right, Marcus. Ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, hold on. Very exciting announcement, and I am so thrilled when this happens on a live stream. And I want everyone here who has a green on your name, you know who you are. You're channel members. You are Cravenites. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had a new member join right now into the family. Please, I wish I could show it. Why can't I show it? Darn it. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see where I can show it. Here we go. Mark is now a member, but he has joined as a Craven Cut level member, which is Mark. My mind is blown away. That is my top tier of of my memberships. You've reached the top tier. So Mark, man, listen, no matter what your tier is, you know, I love you all, but Mark, man, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous of you to be a monthly supporter at the Craven Cut level. Seriously, man, you have no idea that makes a huge difference in what I'm doing over here. So thank you so much. So everyone, I know you're already welcoming him now. So please, let's embrace. And Eric, you know what, Eric, you're a cult member with us. You're a Cravenite. So let's embrace. So I don't look like so dorky. Let me out here. Thank you. We're embracing you, Mark. Waving his hair. I love that. Mark, we appreciate you, my man. And really, guys, everyone, I see you. Pour the love on Mark. And you are in the inner circle. So let me give you your formal welcome. I love to do this for everyone who's a channel member. When you join, you get a greeting from me, and you only get it if you're a cult member. And by the way, guys, if you guys want to know how to become a member, just like Mark did right now, you can do it live on the stream by clicking the join button. Right, Eric? You click the join button, and you go and find what level you'd like to be a member of. And there's 2 levels where you have an opportunity to be doing what Eric is doing right now. That's right, joining me for a live stream because Eric is a Craven Cut channel member, just like Mark joined. So Mark, you now, after 2 months, that's it, just 2 months of membership, you can be qualified now. I will bring you on. We will have a conversation like Eric and I were having. Eric, have you enjoyed being a Craven Cut member while we're talking about it, buddy?
I love being a Craven Cut member. I love being on the streams. This is really like the happiest cult on earth.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I love being here.
Oh man, and I love having you here. And Mark, thank you again, sincerely. That is so generous of you, man. And so, yeah, you're starting in June. So in August, Mark, in August, after 2 months, in August, my brother, I'll be reaching out to you and we will be setting it up for you to come and be a guest. Thank you, Mark, for your support. It just means the world to me and it helps so much. And speaking of friends helping friends and Cravenites, Jay, another Cravenite, my friend Jay here, bombing us with a $50 super chat.
Whoa.
Jay, man, thank you, my brother. That is so incredible and so helpful, man. Wow. Again, this stuff, guys, I don't take this lightly. I hope you guys know this. These things mean significant. They're significant to me. They mean a lot. And I can't thank you enough with my words. I can just tell you that I'm very humbled and I'm appreciative. Jay, thank you, my man. Let's see here. All right, Eric, we're going to spend some time here. What do we got? Gail at the end of Scream 5 said she wasn't writing no more stab books. Instead, she's doing a book about Dewey. Yep. What if in the Scream world, they actually make a Dewey Riley spinoff that knocks Stab out of the box office, infuriating Stu to go after Gail? Interesting. Now, I don't think I've ever heard this idea. This is the first.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't. So here's something, and immediately my mind goes into like breaking down details, like what's been going on, because you know how I think about these things. So
right.
we know that after, what was it, Stab 3, they couldn't use Sydney.
Yes, after Stab 3, they couldn't use her likeness anymore. That's
so
right.
I'm wondering if they would have continued to use the likeness of Gail and Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
Because so we already know that Gail or Dewey exists in the Stab universe. So I don't know. I don't know if it would necessarily anger Stab fans, because Stu, we have to think that at least in the Stab movies, the Stab timeline, Stu probably died in the first one as well. So he's probably, because we do know 1, 2, and 3 were based on the actual events that happened.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And moving on from that, they went crazy. So I'm wondering if there already is a Dewey that exists in the Stab universe. So if they made a Dewey Riley movie, I don't know if it would necessarily infuriate Stab fans or Stu.
Or Stu, yeah.
Yeah, Stu. I don't necessarily know that it would, but it's possible. I mean, it's we saw how, and I am in the camp. I believe it was Stu at the beginning of, on the phone at least.
At 5?
Very, yeah.
Oh, yes,
very
100%.
Upset that they didn't remember Stu Macher. Like, very upset. So it's possible. We do know Stu. If you do believe that's Stu, you have to acknowledge that there's a little bit of an ego issue there. So
right. That's right.
If there was something where he thinks he's not given the credit he's deserved, which that could.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that Jay, on my Stu Moda's video, if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, definitely check it out. But one of the 3 R's is respect. He never gets respect. And Scream 5 hammered that point. Nobody gives him respect. Even when Sam is describing him to Richie in the car, she's like, Billy Loomis and his friend. It's like no one is giving him the proper acknowledgement. And I think that they hammered that hard in Scream 5. And so you got respect issue, the reconnection to Loomis with Sam, and then the revenge factor. That's the third ranked one in my book. And so you could absolutely have it where, how dare these people? I stabbed him, I killed him, I was on the phone, or maybe if he didn't kill him, he had him killed in 5 by someone in the hospital, not named Amber, and they killed him. And now here we go. All the people are just loving on this scenario where this Dewey Riley spinoff, he's the hero again. He still is not going to be getting any attention. So you could, man. Yeah, I mean, I have to give it a little bit more thought, like properly let it sink in. But I think you could get there if you wanted to. Yeah.
I don't know that it would happen now.
Well, now that's another question altogether, right?
Well, no, and I'm using in-movie logic because I don't think at this point that Gail would want someone profiting off of Dewey's likeness. I don't think she would sell the rights. And you got to think, does she actually have?
I don't know if she has the rights.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
If she writes the book, she could sell the rights to the book. But
yes,
if he has family, which I don't think he does. They could argue like his, she doesn't necessarily have the rights to his life story.
Yeah.
So I don't think even if she could sell them that she would. I think at this point Gail has moved on from that. Yeah. And she is I don't think she would allow them to make a movie because it'd probably be really painful too.
It would be painful. So maybe if it would have to come down to writing it in a way that Gail didn't have rights to making something about Dewey, right? Maybe they couldn't make a movie based on her book. But
that's what I'm saying.
But they write a movie that still has Dewey, but not based on what her writings are.
Well, that's the thing. Like, in order to write the book, you have to get. I don't know. It's weird. Like it comes into question about life rights, like the right to make, like, to profit off your story. And it also comes into question, like, the book rights, because she would have to get some sort of permission to do a book about Dewey.
Right.
And since she already had permission to include him in her other books, she might already have that.
Yeah, she might. I mean, but again, remember, at the end of the day, this is Hollywood. This is a horror movie. It's not real world. So their rules can be completely different. They can do it any way they want if they wanted to.
That's true, but I mean, their rules are also not unlike our own, because we do have the issue where Sydney said they couldn't use her likeness anymore. So we do know that those rules exist. So
that is true. There's been precedence has been set.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, my man, for $50, we gotta bring up some bangers here. I mean, this is a huge super chat, man. This is I'll tell you what. This is let's see what we got here. We got to do a few things. I got a new clip here that I did today. I haven't shown yet, so maybe we'll start off with that. So, Jay, how about I'm going to hit you with a new clip. Going to hit you with a couple of Bobos, and let's go from there. So, and I don't know. You know what? Hey, tell you what. How about Eric? How about this? Mm-hmm. I think for a $50 super chat, this is deserving of Matthew Lillard's claims on the validity of him being alive.
I think so.
I think so, because we haven't done it. So here you go, guys. To start us off, Jay, for your monster super chat. And again, man, really, thank you. That is incredible. Incredibly generous. Here we go. This is for you. And then we're going to roll right into Matthew Lillard right after that. Here we go. Here we go.
It's confusing.
It is confusing. Say your god pronouns.
How would you envision Stu returning to Scream 5?
Scarred? Well, he's not in 5, I'll tell you that. But whenever he comes back somewhere in the future, because that's what happens in horror movies all the time, they bring the killers back. He's scarred, but yet handsome with great abs.
He feels he didn't die.
I didn't, dude. I will throw a TV on my face right now to prove it. On TV, I don't do like, here's the deal. This 2-ton TV, I'm going to throw on my face. And if I die, then I will let this moment go.
I think the TVs now you wouldn't die, but the TVs back then you definitely would.
I would not die. I would not die. They had to add those sparks. Those sparks aren't real.
So I would like to argue on behalf of the stupidheads out there that he is still alive.
Yes. I mean, I cannot help but get fired up every time.
Yeah.
That's just so good.
And also like I said, I keep going back to it, but the way he says he's not in 5.
Yes.
The way he says that is like he knows something's up, because technically Stu wasn't in 5, but Matthew Lillard was. So at that point he'd already discussed it with them.
That's right.
So
yes, sir.
I don't know, man.
And how it rolls off his tongue, like it almost is like you could interpret it like he knows something's coming that you don't. Well, I can say he's not in 5, but see that. But almost like he stopped short of saying but then he says, but when they bring him back, because that's what they do. See how he's being real careful. I don't know, Eric. I picked up on that, man.
Dude, if I was the interview, I'd have been, what about 6? I would have asked it. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, we've got craving something scary on the left, Stu's on the right. Jack, I don't know if you're still listening, but that was for you, my man. Bro, next time we get you on here, man, we gotta get the guitar out. We gotta let it rip. I love it. Everybody who knows the song has heard it. They're all singing. They're all hearing it in their heads. I love that. Hey, we got another super chat. My good friend Brett James Bishop coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Brett. And thank you also, Brett, for your finalized version of a Stew Train design that's going to be going up on merchandise. I'm going to be designing it tomorrow and Friday. So I will hope to have all of these, at least hopefully I'll have all my designs in. But I know I'm going to have at least 2 designs, maybe 3, ready for next Saturday. They'll be ready to go, ready to purchase on the 18th, which we haven't even talked about, which is ridiculous. We ain't talked about it yet. So I'll tell you what, we're going to do Brett's super chat. Brett, I'm going to take care of you right now, my friend. We're going to talk about your question. And then we've got to talk about what's happening, because there's still over 60 people here at midnight on a work night, which is insane and lovely. It's amazing. And we've got to talk about the 18th. So that's going to come up right after Brett's super chat. So why does Ghostface tell Tara that Sydney was in all the stabs? Oh, yeah. Sorry, let me read it out. Except for stab 8, if it was said instead in Scream 4, they couldn't use likeness after stab 3. This is what we call a continuity error. It's a complete blunder. And the guy, and Jack, I know Jack is in the chat. He's listening, rather. Jack, tell us his name again, because my mind is blanking. Eric, you might know the guy who runs the Stab channel on YouTube. The official Stab channel.
Yeah, actually, I don't know that. I wish I did, but yeah, it's probably just a continuity error.
It is. It's a blunder. It's a mistake, which is shocking to me.
Or there is other options, such as because Jackie actually pointed out, maybe they can still use like a character of Sydney, but they can't base it on things that have actually happened to Sydney.
Because I thought they said in 4, Eric, that they couldn't use her likeness after 3.
It might have been. I need to watch to get the actual like verbiage down. But because 1, 2, and Stab 1, 2, and 3 weren't just Sydney's likeness. It was actual
her story.
Yeah, actual events that happened.
True.
So it could have been that it's possible that they can like write a story using Sydney, but not things that have actually happened to her. So at that point, they're saying that it's not Sydney Prescott. It's someone else. Even though it's very clearly. So it's possible that because what they say in 8 they went to space or something.
Well, no, in 5 was time travel.
Okay, so
that was the most wonky of all. They said in 4. And 5 was time travel.
Okay, so but Sydney would have been in that according to
the new movie.
Yeah, so even
yeah, but that's the thing though, because they said in the recall room in the living room, they said that she was in all of them but the last one. That means she was in all of them through 7, and we know that's not right because in Scream 6 and 7, then Scream 4. I mean, sorry, we got that script, and I don't know the words. If it was that they couldn't use her likeness, then that means it cannot have been Sidney Prescott. And the guy who has the Stew channel on the Stew channel, that's me, the Stab channel on YouTube, guys. Forgive me for not knowing his name, and maybe Jack's already responded. I haven't scrolled down yet.
Joshua Patrick Dudley.
That's it. Thank you, Jack. Joshua's site, you guys should check it out. It's the Stab. You just look it up. You'll see Stab. It'll come up. It's the official site. And I believe that he actually did a breakdown of the continuity error. He went into it and he showed into detail. So in my book, as of right now, unless something is completely different on that Scream 4 dialogue, and I think it says her likeness, that that was a mistake that was made. Which, again, I just wish they would have, Guy and James would have just said, "Look, man, in Scream 4, I mean, they say that. Let's don't even. All we have to do is just match what Scream 4 said." Keep the continuity. It's simple, She was in all of them. She was, she stopped being in them after Stab 3. That would have matched up perfectly.
It's not a big deal to say that either. It's not like it changes anything about the movies.
Nothing at all, and it's inconsequential. It's just it drives me nuts. And the other big continuity error that's in Scream 5 that I don't hear a lot of people talk about is whenever Sam leaves Judy's house with Dewey. And they get in the car, and it's sunny outside. And then they're in town blasting through a stoplight, and it's pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
That's total continuity error. I'm like, how could you? I mean, come on, guys. That is all you got to do is you're there filming for multiple days. Just have them roll through that intersection one time during the daytime, and it's never an issue. But we have them going from daytime to nighttime to daytime. It's just not. It's bad.
The ages don't line up. There's another timeline issue with Sam and Tara's ages.
Oh well, yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's some continuity errors that could have been easily fixed. Brett, thank you for your super chat, my man. And you know what, Brett? I'm going to bring out the soup and the scream for you, man. This is for you, Brett. Thank you, buddy.
There's an awful face in my soup. What are you doing? Are you crazy?
Love it.
That's her. The way she talks is just it's irking me more and more each time.
I know. That's it. StadMovies.com. There you go. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Now, Evan the movie guy is jumping in, and maybe he pulled it up or he's got it memorized. I haven't pulled it up. He's saying the exact wording is she threatened to sue them if they kept using her story, so they just started making stuff up.
Okay, so in that case, they could still use the character, just not.
But she could still sue them though if they call her Sidney Prescott. They couldn't call her Sidney.
I mean, they could probably still.
Right?
Yeah, they could.
Ooh. I don't know.
There can't be other Sidney. I mean, it's not like there's no other Sidney Prescotts out there.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, if it's something that's so like time travel, it's like completely outside of reality. Then
exactly.
Yeah, I guess that would work. So
I guess it's not a blunder, really, if that's the case.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I guess they could work their way out of it. Sure. Shay, what's up? Good to see you. Shay's coming in, and Polar's heading out. Sleepy time. You have a nice night too, Polar. I know it's late for a lot of you guys watching. Let's see here. Okay, great. So we have, what was I said I was going to talk about something after that super chat, and I've already forgotten about it.
The 18th.
Thank you. Yes, my gosh, I already slipped my mind. So on the 18th, ladies and gentlemen, which is a week from Saturday. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's a week from Saturday. That scares me a little bit, but it's going to be good. It scares me. I shouldn't say that because I'm very excited about it. But it scares me because I want everything to go well. That's what I mean.
Yeah. It's a big undertaking.
It's a big undertaking. Bearded here is part of it. Gory B Movies part of it. Night from the Night Watch Zone is in it. Destin from Destination Station is a part of it. Jack Stannis is a key part of it. So all the 6 of us is basically what it's going to be. But rather than me just kind of telling you, let's show you. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our event that is going to be epic. Here it goes. The People versus Stu Macher. Ingrained in the human condition is the desire to always be right. Both sides rarely come together, but at the end of the day, there is only one truth, and we must follow the evidence wherever it leads and accept whatever it says. Conspiracy can lead to insanity, or it can lead someone to the truth.
My name is Jack Anderson, and I am here to present the truth and nothing but it. For years, I have sifted through information, some that has helped this case, and some that has unfortunately led me to a dead end. It was not an easy road. It was filled with its ups and downs.
Stu Macher can't be alive because
he was stabbed 4 times. A heavy TV from the 90s fell on his head. He would have bled out before paramedics even arrived to the scene.
If he did survive, why is there no mention of him in the 4 sequels? Gail Weathers certainly would have included that in her book.
Stu was listed on the official kill list back in 1996. If Stu was alive, it would have been public knowledge.
Stu could not have snuck out of his house without being noticed.
If he were alive, Gail's camera in Stu's house could have recorded him.
Stu even said that he thought he was dying. There has not been a single piece of evidence
that Stu Macher is alive.
But now I feel that I have the evidence. The evidence that the world needs to hear. That Stu Macher is alive.
Conspiracy can lead to insanity, or it can lead someone to the truth. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. The People versus Stu Macher. This is going to be what I believe is, and all of us on the team agree, is the most comprehensive deep dive into Stu Macher that has ever been assembled in one live stream. And Eric, you agree with that, correct?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think it's going to address all that we found. All the objections we found.
Yes. So every objection, we're going to go to court. We're going to go to battle with it. We're going to present it. And it's going to be in a kind of a virtual live stream theater kind of presentation to an extent. And so it's going to be an amazing night next Saturday. Not this Saturday. It's the 18th. One more time. The 18th, week from Saturday at 9:30. In fact, if you go right now to the front page of my channel, I already have the event set up. It's there that you can go and you can actually smash the thumbs up button while you're there. Click the set reminder button, which is there also. And that way you won't have to worry about trying to remember it. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put it in the live chat right here. If you guys will click that right now, there's 57 or 55 people here. There's only currently 5 thumbs up on the event. If you guys would go, if 50 of you would go right now, just click that link and just simply go and hit set reminder. You'll see it on the screen, and click the thumbs up button. We could get that, Eric, we could get that event to 50 thumbs up right now before this thing even is a week away. And the reason that matters, you say, well, why does that matter, Craven? Because the more thumbs up that a video has, and by the way, including this live stream we're on right now, which is at 78, it's great. Monday's stream, we got over 100 likes on the stream. Here's what that does. That tells the algorithm that it needs to send it out to more people because people are watching, they're engaging. And do you know that the live stream, Eric, that I did on Monday about this topic, it's at it's like 1,400 views since Monday. And it's got 130 likes, I think now, 120. But we ended that stream with 115 likes. And that helped the video get a running start. So for those of you listening now, there's 50 of you here who may not understand how these things work. I'll give you a little backstory of being a creator on YouTube. How important your thumbs up button is huge. It tells the algorithm that determines how many people it sends it out to that people are watching and they're engaging. So
and
that
comments.
And comments. Thank you, Eric. Yes, comments are huge. And not live chat, but I mean comments after it goes into replay mode. Like when this stream ends, when we wrap up here in a minute, it's going to go into replay mode, which is basically like a video post. If you all would go then, just jump in and give a real quick comment, that's going to jack up the scores for engagement. It's going to help it get out to more people, and then they can enjoy this discussion tonight, as you guys hopefully have, and help us spread the word as well about the event. So anyway, that's my pitch, guys. If you guys, hey, look, we had 5, we're up to 11 right now, so we're over 2 times the amount on the Stu Mocker event. We're at 11 thumbs up. So thank you guys that have gone over there and smashed that button. And if you guys would continue to do so, it would be much, much appreciated. And so we're going to have a good time on the 18th. It's going to be very, very in-depth. And you guys in the chat, guess what? You have a role to play. That's right. You get to be the jury for the evening. And you'll have an opportunity to submit. I will provide a way that you can submit your objection to Stu being alive or your support of him being alive, and that we'll address it as a group in the courtroom. So it's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun. Be there. Please be there. We've been working on this since April, Eric. You know, the idea, it was, I had this idea. I wanted to do it. I remember I approached you, some others. I said, what do you think about this idea? And you guys were on board. You loved it. You thought, let's do that. And we started working towards it. And here we are.
And there's another one that I want to do. I brought it up to you already.
That is going to be also so fun, dude.
Do you think we should let the people vote on that? See if that's something they'd want to see?
Sure. You know, that's a valid thing to ask. Let me, I always look for a reason to do a poll. So,
all right. Can I explain it really quick?
Yeah, you explain what it is and what we're thinking about doing here. I'm thinking about hosting it on the channel because I'm a big fan of what he's about to say. And you go ahead, Eric, share what it is. I'm going to set the poll up.
All right. So there's over 50 people here. So I actually wrote a script a little bit ago that I just called it Stu, and it's basically like a follow-up of what happens immediately after the events of Scream 1. And it is my envisioning of how Stu got away and a good tie-in to current events. It's a short script, not very long. And I had the thought of, well, what if we did a table read for it? Now, if you guys don't know, I'm sure you do. It's a pretty pretty straightforward concept. But a table read is we would just get, a couple people to play the parts. This wouldn't be like acting it with emotion or anything, but just like reading the lines and playing the parts. And we would just go through and read the script for everyone in the chat to hear. And yeah, we were thinking about doing that on a live stream or in a video, and just want to know if that'd be something you guys would like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just posted the poll. It should be, Hopefully it's popping up right now if you guys are starting to see it. If the poll is active. I wonder why it's not showing up on my screen. Let me know if you guys see. Oh, there it is. Yep, there's the poll. The poll is active, ladies and gentlemen. They got 7 votes. So if you guys would all go vote, yeah, we've got almost 50 people. That would be amazing if you guys would just smash yes or no. That will help me know, because I don't want to do something that I think sounds amazing, and that I'm like, I'm the only guy in the room. I don't want to be, so sounds great to me. But yeah, look, I have this channel for you guys, to enjoy it. So yeah, great idea. We got a poll going. Okay, we're doing good. I'm going to let it go for a little while before I talk about the results. So we got 14 votes out of 46. So let's get that up to, let's get it up to at least 40 people. Come on, guys. I may not all want to vote, but I would be there.
I just saw that too. I was like, oh, I'll be there.
That's so good. So real quick, also, Brett makes a good point too. Whenever you're pasting the link I sent earlier for the event, make sure you put hashtag people versus Stu. I'll post. And if you're on Twitter, please make sure you're tagging Matthew Lillard, his official account, not a fan accounts that are out there, but his official account. Please tag him. We want Matthew Lillard to be aware of this and to see that there's a lot of people that are bringing it up and talking about it. Let's see here. Brett James Bishop coming in with another $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Is Ghostface in your script? I'm down to be part of it no matter what, but would love to do your Ghostface.
I will say we don't have Ghostface talking. I will say you definitely do. There is a Ghostface costume. I'll give a little bit more backstory if that's okay.
Go ahead.
I wrote this as a short film that I wanted to feasibly do. So there's not a lot of big things in it that couldn't be done on like a small budget, because when I wrote it, I wrote it with the hopes in mind that I could actually shoot it eventually and then see where it went from there. So I didn't want to do too much that would have been a huge thing. So we don't have Ghostface voice. Wait. I do have Ghostface in it. Oh my God, I completely forgot. Yeah. Brett, I need to reread the script, and we were just talking about this, Steven. I need to reread it. Yeah, there is Ghostface in it. Can you?
So how about we do this, Eric? Here's a suggestion. How about we go through the script ourselves again, because it's been a little bit since I've read it, and what I'm going to do is I've asked Eric to put together, basically a number of participants that we're going to need, and I've already got several people in mind for different things already. But I will say, Brett, of all the people that I know, I can honestly say you have the best ghost face voice of anyone that in my inner circles anyway. I can say that. That was
okay.
I don't know if you've heard it. Have you heard it?
I haven't. That's why I was about to ask. I was about to ask. Are you asking because you have a good Ghostface voice?
He does.
If you know he's got a good Ghostface voice, man, then
yeah.
We will. I am 100% sure now that we will need a Ghostface voice.
I think that's He, when it comes to Ghostface, man, Brett showed it off a little bit, and it was really darn good. In fact, I even told him, I said, man, if we recorded him and threw some EQ, got him into a processor, and added EQ on his voice, boosted the low end up on his voice, and it would be like they do with Roger L. Jackson, obviously, and it would be banging, dude.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh. Anyway, Brett, we'll get back to you, man. We'll look through it to make sure everything's cool, but I love the idea. Yeah.
I was about to say, I completely forgot about, I will say it opens the same way a Scream movie opens. So
Yeah.
And I was thinking about an ending or a temporary ending I had, and I was like, okay, we do see him, but do we hear him? But I completely forgot. Yes, there is a Ghostface voice. So if, like I said, Craven, we'll put together a list of who we need, but I do know we will need a Ghostface voice. So if you're good with him, then go for it.
Okay, rock on, man. Very good. I love that. And Brett, thanks again for your super chat. And just so you know, we've got 18 votes in, and we're at 94% would watch a table read. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave the poll open, and I hope, because we're at almost 50 people now, so hopefully we'll get that up to in the 30s and 40s, hopefully, before we end. I'm probably going to go another 20 minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes maximum, and we'll probably call it a night. Are you good to stay that long, Eric?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I am technically logged into work now, so as long as nothing comes in, I'm all good.
Gotcha, man.
Can I address a comment? I mean, you'll address it too, but Ghostface Fanatic down at the bottom.
Yeah.
At 11, it would be 12:22 for you.
Okay. Yeah. Before we get there, let me real quick, just because of Brett's super chat, let me hit you up here, Brett. Now I just did the soup for you last time, so I want to do that again. It's too recent. So how about we have a little bit of song, a little bit of music.
When the eloquence escapes me, that logic ties me up and takes me.
Oh, tips are appreciated, folks. We'll be here all night in the lounge. Enjoy your free buffet as we sing to you tonight. All right, let's see here. Let me get this off. Thank you, Brett. Ghostface Fanatics comments at. Well, I see here that he's got which one specifically? He's got a few here.
12:22. It should have been
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
Talking about Stu here, right?
Yeah, he's talking about Stu.
Okay.
I don't think that would work. Because
okay,
if he escaped, there would be a hunt for him. It would have been reported that he was missing, and yeah, he could have escaped and never got caught. But that would have been addressed in Gale's book, which would have been addressed in Stab, and there was the conspiracy video where they asked, "Did the real life Stu Macher die?"
Yeah, did the real life Stu Macher survive? Yeah. That's right.
So why, if we know he escaped, that wouldn't really be a question.
Yeah, that is a good point. And because Ghostface Snack, it's not like a terrible idea, to think about it. Like, how could he get away unseen? But those are the biggest problems with it. Is why I don't think that would work. I'm with Eric because of the fact that we have this. Did the real life Stu Macher survive? Well, that means there was a body in question at the scene, because like you say, if he had ran out, if he was missing, let's just say missing, they would all know he's alive, and there would be a massive fugitive manhunt for him.
Well, and that's the thing. Even if there wasn't a manhunt, it would have been addressed in Gale's book that he never was killed,
or he's never found, or whatever.
Yeah, he was never found. And in part 2, we do have Randy addressing him as was. He was this.
He was Billy's or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think at least in part 2, it is because they're making Stab. Randy refers to him as was versus he is. I think at least in terms of Stab, it's believed he's dead. So I think there was a body his body was at the house when police got there. What happens after that? Maybe my script will spell that out for you.
I mean, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to do the. Stay tuned. Be here for the walk along or the table read when we decide to get that locked in and booked. I mean, I'll get that scheduled if you guys are one for it. But yeah, we're at 95%, 22 votes. Guys, keep on voting. And I also want to mention out earlier. I don't know if I can find your comment, but Mark, my newest Cravenite, went a Craven Cut member. Cravenite, which is so amazing. I'm still blown away, man. Let's see here. I'm trying to find your comment. I won't spend all night looking for it, Mark. You left a comment earlier, and I just was going to make a point to say your name looks really good in green. It looks fabulous in green. And also, he also posted the special emoji that you get as a Cravenite. You get this skull emoji that I set up, and and only Cravenites have that skull. And so, Mark, I don't find it now, but I saw you earlier post it, and I meant to tell you then. So, yes, definitely. Thank you for becoming a member, and I hope you like that little skull. It looks really good. Hey, y'all, anyone know when the next watch party is? I enjoyed Night of the Creeps. The next watch party, I'm trying to think what I've got scheduled. Well, there's going to be, this is something else. So this month, because as a bonus, and Mark, you joined in a great month to be a cult member here at the Cult of Craven, because I've decided this month to do an extra special thing for all of the creative. All of the Cravenites. Guys, it's getting late, man. So after midnight, I always say, you gotta bear with me. So we're doing our normal watch party this month. It's which is once a month. The Cravenites pick the movie. I don't pick it. It's random. You guys submit titles. I randomly spin this random wheel, and wherever it lands, we play your movie. We watch your movie, and the person who selected that title gets to join me on the live stream for that watch party. So we're doing that. We're doing 13 Ghosts this month. The Matthew Lillard was in. It's happening.
So good.
It's so good. So Eric, hopefully you'll be at a place you can do the watch party with us. That I don't know. It's going to be towards the end of the month. And then also though, I'm going to throw in an additional watch party for members only. I'm doing 2, not just 1. And we are going to watch Wes Craven's Wishmaster, the first one.
Oh.
And it is a fun movie. I love that movie. And I haven't seen it in a little bit. So definitely, guys.
It's been a long time for me, too. I still remember that. I still remember the scene where he's talking to the homeless guy. And he's like, what would you do to him? He's like, yeah, just... I can't remember exactly what he says, but then the guy dies. And he's like... freaked out. Yeah. Dude,
yes. There's so many of those, and I won't give any. I won't give any spoilers because there's so many I want to say right now.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you about it when we get offline. But yeah, guys, we're doing that, and Jen Werner is joining me in the watch party on the panel. It's going to be her and I watching it with all of you in the chat.
Nice.
Because Jen is my OG. She is my original OG subscriber to the channel. Her and I were conversing on my other channel before I even had Craven Something Scary. My second channel that I have, which is the Movie Bros React, which I would love it if you all subscribed. We're at 345 subs over there. Would love you guys to subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. But that's my second channel with my friend Carbonite Jedi, Michael, my movie bro. We met Jen there on Screamfest last August. And so Jen is the original OG of this channel as a subscriber. She literally, Eric, subscribed to this channel when there was less than 5 subscribers. And that's how far back, Jen goes. So Jen's joining me for Wishmaster. We're doing it.
That's awesome.
So
it's a great movie.
Jackie says, 13 Ghosts. I've sadly missed the last 2. I know, we've missed you. Saturday nights are tricky. Definitely hope to catch this one. Well, listen, I haven't scheduled it yet, and I'm looking at the calendar. I normally do them on Saturday nights every month. That's just generally when we do it on a Saturday. However, it's possible I might be doing it on this Friday, the 24th, Friday night. So 9:30 p.m. Central. So I don't know, Jackie, if that will help you out or not, but yeah, that's my plan. Is I may do it the 24th on Friday night. I hope you guys can all come. All the Cravenites are invited. You're all going to get your own invitation, and no one can attend that's not a Cravenite member. The actual video won't play for you. I tested it out, and it won't work. When you go there, it says you must be a member to watch this live stream. You join here. And I'm like, wow, YouTube's got it all set up. So, Ghostface Fanatic, bro, you need to be here, man. You're a Cravenite, buddy. You're a director's cut Cravenite, actually. You're going to have a chance. I think you're coming up on month 2. I believe. I'll have to look and see when you joined. You're coming up on month 2, so pretty soon, Ghostface Fanatic, you're going to have your members perk live stream, and I'll be bringing you on at the director's level. And part of a rotation, right? There's I rotate. It's random, so could be next month, could be the month after. Craven Cut members are guaranteed. There's no randomness. You're in after 2 months. You're in. So, but either way, Ghostface Fanatic, I hope you can join us for Wishmaster. It's really good. I really enjoyed that movie thoroughly, and it's like I say, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm excited to watch it again. So anyway, I'm just telling you guys now, Friday the 24th of June is kind of what I'm looking at as a possibility for that. And Marcus as well, you're another Cravenite. And again, let's try not to, if you guys don't mind, let's don't talk spoilers if you wouldn't mind. I know it's an old movie, but I know there's a lot of folks that haven't seen it yet, and I would really love for us to make it a surprise, like for Ghostface Fanatic and those who haven't seen it. Anthony says it's a great film. Yeah, it's going to be great. Mark says, I'm in. Good. All right, Mark, we'd love to have you, our newest member, joining us for the watch parties. So we have 2 guys, 13 Ghost and Wishmaster. All right. So as we start to, Brett says, I haven't seen it. Yes, that's 2 people that haven't seen it. I hope you guys can come. Oh, Jackie. Oh my gosh, you haven't seen it either. This is so good. All right, Brett, Jackie, and Ghostface Fanatic are first timers. So please come. I love first timers to join. It's so fun to experience that together.
And it's a good movie to get a reaction from.
Yes, totally is. Yeah, and Lee the Nerd, who is my original my very first channel member. The very first Cravenite to ever become a member is Lee the Nerd. And it was their movie. So they're going to try to make it. But the thing is, their time frame over in the UK is way different. And so I don't know if they're going to be able to make it or not to join me on the panel. But hopefully so. Mark says, I've never seen it either. Oh my gosh, that's 4. It's 4 first timers. Ghostface Fanatic says, what?
I'll be there.
Oh, heck, I'll be there. Brett says I'm losing all sorts of V cards on this channel. That's all right, man. That's good.
I mean, it's accurate, but also not a great way to say it.
Hey. Ghostface Fanatic says, Craven, you're a righteous man.
That's from, you've seen Knight's channel, right?
I have. I don't have it's the Ed Harris clip at the beginning. He's got he's a righteous man.
Be your man.
Oh,
he's a righteous man. Yeah.
I got to get that clip.
It's a good one.
Oh, that's great. Mark says, I can't wait to be on the stream and chat with you guys. Looking forward to it in 2 months. I am too, Mark. It's going to be awesome, man. Absolutely. So August, brother. August, put it in. Lock it in. I'll be contacting you 1st of August, and we'll get you booked in. And Mark will make his debut as a Craven Cut member on the live stream. Thank you, Val. Val is all over these sex bots.
Really quick, Derek, I believe the movie you're referring to is Upgrade. We were talking about Upgrade by Lee Winnell.
Yes, that's the one. That's it, Derek. Yep, that's the one. I want to try to watch it tomorrow. That's right, Upgrade. That's it. I really want to see it. I'm so excited to see it.
It's good. It's got a good twist at the end, and
good.
It's just a good movie.
Yep, that's the one. That's right, Derek. Enjoy. All right, man. So let's wrap up here in the next 10 minutes, man. And one thing I want to touch on real quick that we haven't touched on with Scream 6 is oh wow, Mark. Man. 6 hernies. Whoa, man. Take care of yourself. Wow, man. I'll be definitely be praying for you, man. In July, at the end of July. Okay, man. Well, you know what? Whenever you're, we'll figure it out, man. Whenever you're feeling well and recovered from that. I don't know what the recovery time is, but we'll figure it out, man. We'll make it work. All right, we'll make it work when you come on. I want you to be feeling 100% for sure. So hopefully that will be something that's going to help you, man. That's going to help getting this, knock some stuff out, make life better for you, buddy. And to keep us posted, my man, as we get closer into July for sure. But I'll be good for the stream. Okay, good. Great. Well, I'm glad, man. Glad. Wes Craven. Heck yeah, man. Gosh, Ghostface Snack, you're so right. Total master of horror. Phenomenal. And Derek coming in with a $3 super sticker, man. I love your sticker here. Nice big thumbs up. I see that. That's great. Thank you for that sticker, man. Appreciate that. And for your $3 super sticker, man, I think we need to do a couple of more Bobos, man. Let's go. Look at Eric. I love it. Let's hit the Bobo, man. Let's do it. Here we go.
I'm gonna make your Bobo bounce right now.
Gonna make your bubbles bounce. Get ready.
Gonna make your butt bombs bounce. Here I'm come.
I just want to know, is she okay? Because she doesn't look like she's okay.
She is okay. I have the full length clip of that, and it ends up with the guy who's in there for the longest period. She ends up accepting him and lets her into her tummy so that he can dance for her twin Bobos, her little twin babies in her tummy. Yeah.
It's an odd one. Craven, not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure. It's very unique. All right, let's see here. Got another super chat coming in. Appreciate you guys doing that. Anthony with a $5 super chat. Yo, Craven. Now with Nev news and hopefully might change. That's right, we're hoping. Are you more excited for Scream 6 or Halloween Ends? Ooh, what a good question.
I got an answer.
Go ahead. I'll answer as well. You start us off.
I'm more excited for Halloween Ends simply because it's coming out sooner. Once Halloween Ends comes out, then I'll have plenty of time to be even more stoked for Scream 6. So since Halloween Ends is coming sooner, I'm more excited for it. And I do love Halloween, so
yeah. Yeah, I understand, and especially right now with the day that you're asking the question, Anthony. Like this week, it's so hard for me to get all fired up about Scream 6 right now because, and I think I mentioned this on Monday night. Like I am reacting to. I am reacting out of my head. My headspace, my logic space, my reason space. I haven't fully reacted out of my heart space yet, man. So now, does that mean it's going to drastically change how I feel in the next, couple of weeks? I don't know. It may not, but I'm telling you that the more this sinks into me, it's going to have an effect. And I mean, for a while, Eric, I may just be disappointed with the whole Scream 6. Like, I don't even really want to talk about it. Like, I may just need a break from Scream 6 for a while. And I may go heavy into Halloween Ends and Nope, which is coming out in July. I may start shifting gear. Now, don't worry. I'm not going to leave Screams. I could never leave. Listen, I could talk about Scream 1 through 4 ad nauseum. What you may see is me not talking about 6 as much, and I'm starting to dive into the old movies and do rankings and do all this kind of stuff. However, of course, I love Scream. I'm going to follow this through because I want to see where it leads, and I'm still hopeful for Stu Macher. There are things that I still have hope for in this trilogy that's coming, even if Nev is not there. But I will have to say that I agree with Eric right now because of the moment we're in. If you would have asked me this last week, I probably would have still said Scream 6 with a very close second at Halloween Ends. But with the news now, I am more excited about now seeing how we're going to end this Halloween film, this trilogy. Yep. Because of these negative issues that are tugging at me with Nev. It's starting to bug me. So, we'll see how it goes, man. Great question. So Eric and I are on the same page. How about you, Anthony? Leave your answer in the chat. Tell me what are you more excited about? Are you? Has this week changed any of you? And all of you in the chat, all 44 of you. This is a great question for everyone. So, what do you guys think? Has this tampered your excitement right now? Are you feeling like Eric and I were almost Halloween and maybe not Halloween for you, but another movie like Nope or Bodies, 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 or one of these other films that I'm forgetting right now are coming up, Black Phone this month, whatever.
I don't really have any excitement for Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
I don't either, man. I hate to say that.
After that trailer, I'm just like,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's not that I'm not excited about Scream. I definitely am, and I will be the entire time until I see it. But there's, as much as it is all horror all the time on this channel, I do love other movies as well. I'm super excited about the Elvis movie that's coming out next month, or the end of this month. Like, I'm so excited for that. But then
that's cool.
Black Phone's coming out.
Yeah,
that's probably I think that's like the next. I mean, Nope is coming out, but I think
Nope's July 22nd. Black Phone's June 24th.
Okay, so yeah, Nope is like the next big thing we got, and everything I've seen of it, I really like. So
yeah. Hey, Eric. Speaking of Nope, really quickly, tomorrow I'm posting a video with new still shot posters that were released today from the studio, and we're supposed to have a new Nope trailer either drop tomorrow or Friday. It's going to be this week. So tomorrow may be a big Nope news day because we may have a new trailer, and if we do, I'll break that trailer down here on the channel.
Is that different than the one that played in front of Top Gun Maverick?
I believe, you know what? I don't know for sure about that because I've heard that there was one that played that in Maverick. And
yeah, I saw the one that played in front of Top Gun Maverick, and it was.
This may be the same. Yeah.
Okay. So I saw Top Gun Maverick twice because I really liked it.
I can't wait. I haven't seen it, but I can't wait. I'm pumped.
It's Tom Cruise's most successful movie of all time so far.
I know, isn't that nuts? It's broken everything else. That's so great.
It's a great movie. So
good.
Yeah. They played a trailer in front of it. So and it was a little bit new. Like had some more footage that I hadn't seen.
Okay. Well, then that's probably it. That's what's going to be dropping this week, either tomorrow or Friday. So I'm going to have a little bit of a small Nope update tomorrow, mostly just covering the new posters and the trailer is going to be coming out. Or I may just wait till the trailer drops and actually break it down with screenshots. All right, so Anthony, thank you so much, man, for your super chat. And I'm going to get to you guys' responses here before we leave. I see everyone's responding to their excitement level. Let's see here. How about for that super chat, we do a good old-fashioned thrill me.
Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me.
Detective, thrill me.
Thanks, buddy.
I love the little thanks, buddy, in there.
Just gotta pop it in there, all right, real quick, I'm just gonna throw these up real quick so we can kind of see. Stew Train, heck yeah, Jennifer. That's what I'm talking about. You've come to the right place. Right, this is the home. Because you guys know I'm the conductor of that Stew Train, and that's never going to change. Absolutely, 100%. Appreciate it. All right, who else do we got here? Who's weighing in on the decision? We've got, let's see here. Ghostface Fanatic is hoping it's all a hoax, and that should be in the movie for a cameo. I hope so. I hope so, man. I'll keep hope eternal. Jackie says, I feel that my heart space is currently working on a Sydney painting to cope. Jackie, oh, I understand. No doubt the feeling's mutual. Yep, all right. Pluto says, I'm genuinely more curious about 6 than I was before all this, but we all know I've had zero excitement for 6 since the debacle that was 5. I know. Pluto was really disappointed in 5. So I understand where you're coming from as far as not being excited about 6. Elvis looks amazing. There you go.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Elvis, but
Thomas says, disappointed in the recent Halloween movies. Looking forward to way more to Scream 6, even if he's not in it. Okay. Fair enough. And Anthony bringing in a $2 super chat. Thank you, man. Real quick, thoughts on Prey. Looks darn good. 100%. I honestly have not looked into Prey a whole lot, man. I know there's an update. I think there's some new information this week. But I haven't looked at it, honestly, with everything that's been going on. So, man, Anthony, I'm going to do an IOU, man. All right? I will try to have a response for you on my next live stream, which, by the way, for those of you here, it may not work for you guys because you guys are here late at night, which is when I generally stream like this time, at 9:30 now, whatever. But Friday, I have a really unusual opportunity that I can stream early in the day. I cannot be streaming. I'm going to be busy Friday night, and I'm not even going to be on the Lethal Collective on Friday. I've got some family things going on, functions, so birthdays and whatnot. So this Friday, I'm streaming, and I haven't even teased this. I wish I'd done this earlier too, at 12 noon Central Time on Friday. And my guest is going to be Alex from Podcast Now. And he's going to come join me. We're going to do a midday kicking back with Craven lunchtime live stream. So hope you guys can join. I'll probably get to see a lot of folks who don't get to join the late nights because the schedules are different. That's why I used to do my kicking back with Craven once a week in the mornings. But anyway, this Friday at 12 noon, guys, Central, 1 Eastern, me and Alex from Podcast Now, good friend of mine, we'll be streaming together. And Anthony, if you can make that stream, I'll have an answer for you. But if not, I will let you know, my friend. And we got to get in for a $2 super chat. We got to get in for, you know what?
Well, I didn't know you wanted to get involved with the discussion, Mr. Helper.
And Anthony said, Anthony wanted to get involved with the discussion, and I love that.
Oh, good old Sam Kinison.
Oh, man. The guy just died way too young, man.
I really, that whole big thing between him and Andrew Dice Clay was just crazy.
Oh, it was nuts. It was seriously hardcore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they were both great. They were completely different, but they were both great. I think that's not really a horror talk. We'll skip over that. Maybe we'll talk about that like privately sometime. But yeah,
we should.
I love both of them, and it was just by the way, Derek, if you're still in the chat, Derek R, yes, you are correct. I saw your chat earlier. Yes, it's 2018 Lee Winnell. That is the right.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Jackie says, "Oh, that's great. I loved your recent video together." Yeah, thanks, Jackie. Yeah, I was on Alex's channel on, I think it was Tuesday. We did a collab over there. I'm glad you liked it, Jackie. Yeah, I'm saying, man, come on over. So we're gonna do a swap this week, which we usually do. And I said, man, why don't you come join me on Friday? And he's like, yeah, I can do that. So Jennifer says, I'll have my breakfast with you guys on Friday. Yay! That's great, Jennifer. Get your breakfast all set. And at 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Central Time, we will be going live. So love to have you there. Can't wait. And Derek says, nice. So there you go. I guess Eric responding to your feedback there. Perfect. And I love that Anthony's going to be there. Anthony and Mark are going to be there. Great. All right, guys. Last thing I was going to mention, and then this is, you know what? I think I'll just say this, and let's keep this one brief, Eric. All right, let's shoot for 5 minutes or less.
Okay.
So basically, Tara, well, Jenna Ortega did mention. Oh, good, Michael. Great, awesome. I'm glad you guys can come on Friday. That's awesome to hear. 'Cause I never stream at 12 noon. That's a really weird time for me. So, what you guys are used to. Real quick, Jenna Ortega, she said in her interview with Entertainment Tonight, and I did a video on this on Monday or Tuesday. It's up on the channel. But she talks about Kirby. And she says that she said that Kirby was one of her favorite characters in Scream 4 or in the franchise or whatever. And then she says this very interesting comment, which is I think she might have let more out of the bag than she meant.
A little bit of a slip up.
I think it was, because instead of her saying, yes, I'm very excited that she's going to be joining us in Scream 6, she doesn't say something like that, where it's kind of high level, vague. She says, and I'm just so happy that she's going to be able to redeem herself in this movie. And I said, uh-oh, Jenna's not used to doing these pressers like Nev and these other people are. They would never make that kind of statement, but
no,
they know better. But Jenna slipped up. I guarantee it was an accident. And I said, oh, what did she, Eric, here's the first thing I thought of. The very first thing when I said, oh, this is wonderful. This means one of my biggest fears of the movie is at rest, that Kirby was the opening kill. This eliminates that at all completely now out of my mind. What did you think, man?
Well, my immediate thought was like, well, what do you mean redeem herself? And the only thing I could think of was, well, she fell for it. That's the biggest thing in 4. She fell for the trick and she went outside.
She should have known better and she fell for it. Yes.
So in my mind, when I heard it, I'm like, well, that means she's not going out. That means she has learned from her mistakes. But another thing that came to my mind a little bit later was that, well, maybe by redeem herself, she means sacrifices herself to save someone.
Yep. That's the other possibility. Or it could be both. It could be that they bring her into the third act and she somehow saves Tara and Sam. And she takes she dies saving them or something in the end or whatever. Dude, you and I are locked in on this one. That's exactly what I thought immediately, both of those.
Yeah.
But what they both mean is that she's not going to die in the opening, because you don't redeem yourself if they bring her back and kill her in the opening. She would not say that. That's not redemption.
And there's a pretty small group of people that have thrown out the theory or the possibility of Kirby being Ghostface.
Oh, no.
And I always disagreed with it. You know what? If you want to have that theory and you can back it up, cool.
Of course, sure.
But I think this automatically takes that out too. Like, it's not redeeming to come back as a Ghostface. So
no, that's not redeeming, and it's not redeeming to die in the first 10 minutes. That's neither one of those work. So I literally felt like pressure relieved off of my shoulders. Mm-hmm. I really did. Because that's one of my biggest fears I've been worried about, is them bringing her back, killing her in the opening to shock us. And now I was like, I just exhaled when I heard that. So I just wanted us to touch on that super quick here at the end, because I think it's definitely worth noting that the way she answered that. And Ghostface Fanatic says, yeah, I think she should live and survive. I hope she survives too, but if she does die, it's going to be for heroic reasons. And I think anyway, and it's not going to be Dewey, who does save Sam and Tara, but then decides, instead of going out to safety, to turn around and go back. That is the most boneheaded thing. Dewey, first of all, and I can't spend I can't go down this road because I will go here and park here. Let me just tell you what. Let me say one thing. Dewey, after being stabbed 9 times, nerve damage, a funny little limp, as he calls it, all the ghost faces that he has faced down in the franchise history, every film. Do you mean to tell me that it just all of a sudden he remembered that only headshots take him out? Like, he forgot that after all of this violence that he's gone through with them. And look at Scream 3. Shoot him in the head. Remember the whole thing with Roman? You think he would not remember that when he's shooting her? or that whoever it was. I'm sorry. It bugs the crud out of me. I would much rather, you know what? If they were going to kill him like that, I would much rather have seen Richie, Sam, and Tara just run off to the elevator while he's over there fighting, holding him off, and die that way. And then they hit elevator and they go down and they're safe. Versus him go to the elevator, about to get in, and then he like stops it and pushes the button. It matters to me. You gotta no. He says, "Wait, you gotta shoot him in the head." I'm like, dude, it made him look ignorant. They made him look stupid. I'm sorry, and he's not. He's not dumb.
What they should have done, we should have had a good reveal there at that point that there were two ghost faces. We should have had. He should have been fighting both of them. He got one down, and he chased the other one to stop them from getting to the elevator. When that happens, the other one comes up from behind him, takes him off guard.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you've revealed that there's two ghost faces now, so now everyone's on high alert.
Yeah, and that's been cool.
And it's a suiting way. He if you want to say that it's Amber, it can't only be Amber. He's not going to have that tough a time with only Amber.
No, I can't.
But if there was both, then he would have I mean, I still think he went out like a hero. I do.
Yeah.
But
I think they cheapened it, Eric. Honestly, I think they did. It's the whole going back thing. It just. I mean, dude, look, don't get me started there. I mean, come on, man. Really? I mean, that's all. I mean, it's all I'm saying, Eric. Look at that. I mean, just come on, dude.
No, and he's even slouching.
He is slouching. You're right. It's like, come on. Well, you know what? I will say that, guys. If I spend too much time there, we'll go another hour. And of course, there's 44 people here, which is incredible. You guys would probably ride that wave with us too if we stayed. But I do want to save my voice. I'm trying to make my. I mean, going 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I mean, that's pretty hefty length of time. So
it is.
Really it's gone by fast.
What happened with that survey? Where did it go to?
Good question. Let's see. Where is it at? Where are we? Okay, so here's the final countdown. We finished with 32 votes, so we did get into the 30s. And we have 94% saying yes to a table read. So that's way up there, upper 20s. That's 94%. That's pretty good. So based on that, I'll set up a special event, and we'll talk. You and I'll talk about it offline. We'll work it out. It could be the end of June. It could be the last week of June, because the last week of June is the 27th is a Monday. It could be that week. So this could possibly, I was gonna say, otherwise it's gonna be July. But probably is July for sure. All right.
Yeah,
we can definitely do July. I think we should just plan on that. That way we're not rushing anything, and there's time to do it right. So in July, we will do this table reading. We'll set up the event. We'll get folks cast in parts, and we'll be prepared to bring it to you guys as a presentation. And that'll be fun. I can't wait to do that. I think it's going to be really neat. Something different too.
Yeah, it's just kind of, I mean, basically it's just a story time. You guys can...
Yeah, story time. Yeah. Story time with Craven.
Mm-hmm.
Could do a little story time theme song, have a little intro. Story time to die for.
Oh, that's a good one.
Something like that. All right, guys. So I think, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? Welcome, man. What's happening, brother? Coming in, we're just about to sign off, man. You came in just at the right time, but here's the thing. The replay is going to go in as soon as we sign off, so you can literally watch it from the beginning. We did 3 hours and 20 minutes tonight, so we did a nice long stream for you. And so definitely check out the replay, Jimmy, for sure. Jackie likes it. Love that story time. All right. Yeah, we'll do it.
Hey, maybe you'll be involved, Jackie. We do need some female characters.
I mean, Jackie, we got the whole connection with Jackie, and we do our little slasher movie watches and stuff. And Jackie, you just never know. Stay tuned. That's very possible. Um, oh, that's cool. Brett, send it to me too, man. I want to hear it. I've already heard you live. I know Eric hasn't heard you yet. Definitely send it to me, man. I love it. Love that.
Oh yeah, I just got a notification that you started following me.
Bingo. That's great. Guys, listen, you guys are all so fantastic. Thank you to everyone tonight who's been so generous with your super chats. Thank you to Mark for becoming not only a Cravenite, but a Craven Cut level, my top tier member. That is amazing. Again, appreciate you, man. And definitely we'll be thinking about you, sending you our prayers and our thoughts as you are getting prepared for what you need to do next month in July. Brett, I say bring it, man. Give us the heat, man. Bring your fastball. Bring your fastball, man.
You know what, Brett? I can send you some lines from the script. I can send you some stuff from the script if you want to, and then we can a little mini audition, if you will.
I love it. Anthony says, dig the grind, Craven, 100%. Love these streams while I'm at work. Man, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Anthony. Listen, I appreciate you, man, and you're always so supportive, and it means the world. Jason, you as well, man. Thank you, buddy. Awesome streams. Man, I can't tell you how much you mean to me, and not just me, but the collective, how supportive you are of all of us on our channels and our live streams. We talk about it all the time, like with me and Knight are talking and Fate and stuff. Yeah, you really do mean a lot to us, buddy. Thank you. And Mark, again, appreciate you. And Val, thank you, Val, for always being so faithful and slaying the bots tonight. Val was
there was a lot of them.
I know. They have just been coming out of the woodwork. Who else? Brett, of course. Bye, Pluto. You take care. Thank you. And keep an eye out tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be posting at least 1 or 2 videos tomorrow. I'll look for your feedback as always, Pluto. Love to read your comments. And Genuine Lover, Brian, what's up, man? It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. We'll get it up for July. We'll get it up for July. I could have came earlier. Oh, that's all right, Michael. Listen, man, you can watch the replay and it's going to be good. You'll be all right. You'll be able to catch up on everything. You're welcome, Brett. Glad you could be here.
It's always a lot of fun for me too.
Yeah. Oh, same, man. It's a pleasure. I'm always glad to have you as a guest. Good night, Michael. You take care, man. Again, check out the replay. And guys, before you leave, listen, you probably already have, but if you haven't yet, if you could please smash that like button on this stream, it will really help this thing go into replay mode in the next 5 minutes. And leave a comment if you wouldn't mind before you go to bed. If you want to just jump in and leave a quick comment, that helps the replay video as well. Jackie, thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It was fun. And I appreciate you, Jackie, so much. We got to do our slasher thing with Jack soon.
Yeah.
I can't. Up soon.
I'm so dying. It's been so much of an exercise in self-control to not just finish the series.
Hey, man, I applaud you, brother, for showing the discipline. That's great. Hang in there. And we'll end it right here with a super chat. What a nice way to end it, Jennifer. Thank you and good night, guys, with a heart. Oh, well, Jennifer, thank you. And good night to you, too. And thank you for your super chat. What a sweet and nice way to end this stream. Eric, I want to thank you, buddy, for always being able to join when you can. It's always a great time, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It really is always a fun time, and I mean I'll be on every one you want me to be on. So
I love it. I love it, man. Hey, Marcus, I wasn't sure if you were still here, man. Glad you hung out all night. Great stream as always, he says. Thank you, Marcus, and yours are too, buddy. Always love your streams when I can get on. I try to get on as often as I can. And Mark says it's a great time. I've seen it all. So, Mark, you're here the whole night. That's amazing. That's so cool. Sweet Screams. Ooh, I like that. Sweet Screams.
Oh, instead of Sweet Dreams? That's a good one.
I love it.
Jackie, you're East Coast, so it's like 2:07 there.
2:07. Yeah, buddy. Jackie she doesn't play around, and Valerie's same way for Val, man. I think Val's East Coast too. There may be a lot of you guys on the East Coast. I lose track after a while who's all on the East Coast, but yeah, a lot of you guys are here at after 2 in the morning. It's pretty amazing. Ghostface Fanatic, you take care, my friend. Appreciate you. And yeah, Ghostface Fanatic, I have not seen your stream, man. I'll definitely watch the replay tomorrow. Look forward to that. And I've heard a lot of good things. So you keep that going, my friend. Keep that going. And then Brian says, have I heard the news about it could be delayed? So yeah, so we checked that out earlier here on this stream. And it is, from what we found, it's still scheduled to start tomorrow. That is a rumor. That we can't find.
It was delayed, yes.
It was delayed.
It was only delayed 3 days from June 6th to June 9th. If there is news of that happening, I haven't seen it.
Same. If it's happened, then yeah, let me know. I'd love. I just haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
I am one of those, really nerdy people who I set up Google alerts. So if there's news that come in, my phone notifies me of it.
There you go. I love it.
So yeah, I haven't heard anything about them pushing back that far.
Yeah, same here. Hopefully we'll find out tomorrow. We'll get some news that we'll get news. We'll wake up to hear that Nev has signed on and they resumed filming. Oh my gosh.
I can tell you the newest issue of Production Weekly just dropped, and there's nothing new about Scream in it. So
nothing. Oh man, they're waiting. They're waiting. I bet. Jackie says I'm either in bed at 10 or at 3 a.m. There's no in between. I love it. It works out well because my streams are usually 10 to 4 a.m. usually. So that's perfect. Marcus says, yeah, I was listening in while writing some notes for videos I want to do. Thanks, bud. You're a busy guy. I appreciate you. Absolutely, Marcus. Always, man. And Ghostface Fanatic, we'll leave with your comment. We riot if they make Sydney the killer. Dude, that would be the most horrific mistake I could ever imagine.
I've never heard of them making Sydney the killer. I've heard of them making Dewey one of the killers.
Yeah.
And totally. I even saw some of the evidence that supported it from like the first couple, and it did seem like it was a fun theory. But
it's a fun theory.
I never heard anything about them making Sydney a killer.
No.
And, I mean, if they did, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't.
I agree. 100%. I would be there with you, man. We would be, it'd be, like I said the other day, it'd be mutiny. Mutiny on our hands.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, guys. Well, Eric, I'll see you backstage. Listen, guys, if you haven't subscribed to The Bearded Entertainment, go check out his channel. It's The Bearded, not just Bearded, because that's somebody else.
Yeah.
It's The Bearded Entertainment. Okay?
You'll see, if you search Bearded Entertainment and you see that red logo, that's me.
That's it right there. Yes. Go give him a subscription if you have not done so. You see him around the channel. Great supporter of the channel. He's a Cravenite. He's one of us. He's a Craven Cut level Cravenite. He has just been such a great friend to me. And he's made me the Stew Train, which I'm so excited to debut next Saturday during the event within a video. It's going to be great. So anyway, Eric's a great guy. Always fun to have you on again, Eric. And I appreciate your time tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks, everyone, for sticking around to the end.
Yeah, it was fun. And on that note, let's go ahead and leave you guys with, you know what? Hey, man, this Friday at noon, I'm going to have a live stream. A lot of people said they're going to be there. Eric, are you going to be there? Think you might make it?
I think I'll be there.
Oh, sweet. I'll be there too. Of course, we're going to have a good time. Everyone, Alex from Podcast Now joining me Friday at noon Central. Join me here. And until then, guys, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Eric, I'll catch you in a second. For everyone in the live chat, good night. Hope you had a good time. See you.
Have a good one.